I'm set for life, and I'm set for life, but I'm scarred for life, and I'm coming at you. I'm fucking crazy. I'm fucking psycho, fucking insane. That's the fucking chorus right there.
You nailed
That
it,
is
dude. You
good.
nailed it. You,
Yeah.
you nailed it, and you visually transformed into fucking Joe
Yeah,
Rogan there,
you
dude.
did.
You
Oh,
fucking
Joe Rogan. Yeah, okay.
yeah, you did. You visually transformed
That's
yourself
good.
into Joe Rogan. It was amazing.
Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to the big room where we'll transform you all night into Joe Rogan. All right. Oh, boom. For the big room.
I just got notice. K Rock just gave me notice that Neil Young,
What?
uh, Neil Young has informed
Oh,
Spotify
yeah.
that he no longer wants any of his music to be available through Spotify
Okay.
if they continue broadcasting Joe Rogan.
That's an interesting decision. Why do you? Okay, that's an interesting decision. Why?
I guess it's
What's
because
the beef, Chief?
I mean, Joe's kind of controversial every now and again, and
I've only seen the ones where he's talking to forward-thinking people in a positive way.
it's been mostly he's against the vaccine and masks and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he doesn't buy into the vaccine thing.
That's fascinating. I mean,
Yeah,
he talks to so many people. You think he'd be?
you would think, but no, he doesn't. He doesn't think the vaccine is thing. But anyway,
Anyway,
Neil Young's not happy about it.
but what is Neil Young happy about? The big room every
The big
Wednesday night,
room,
people.
yeah,
Welcome.
everywhere.
We're
Neil
hit.
Young endorses
The
it.
wizard beard gets even more incredible every week. There's no doubt
Mhm.
about that. Really like what's happening here. You look streamlined. Really
Right,
like the
right.
contrast. It's great. It's really great. Yeah. What happens in the big room? Always
Does
happens
not
in the
stay
big
in the
room.
big room. It does not stay in the big room.
No, it is
It rarely
blasted
stays in
around
the
the.
big room.
That's correct. It's
Yeah.
global. Global.
It frequently winds up on the hearts and minds of
Small
mothers
children.
everywhere.
Yeah. Which brings us to a good point. That is worthy of some big room bucks. Can you name the quote that BB just referenced? What is the film?
Paraphrased.
Paraphrased.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And you'll earn some big room bucks that you can trade in for different objects or things for us to do for you.
Right.
Trade them in. You'll see. You'll get the category list, or you could just go ahead and go to our GoFundMe account, which is also known as our Go Drunk Me account, where you out there in your space, in our space, in the big room, all together, you can fund and tell us what we will be drinking that night. The Go Drunk Me account. Yes, indeed. And you'll say, "What are you drinking?" And we will say, "What you told us to." Because we're good little patsies. So when your big room bucks here, only in the big room, why not? Drink me. Just drink me. Drink this.
Right.
Yes, and don't fall for the all the imitation big room bucks that are floating around there with the Mr. Monopoly guy's face on it. Those ones are
all fake.
Not right. You're looking for the ones with Ichabod the Avenger on it, who is the ski mask and he's wearing the Winnie the Pooh clock as a diaper. I kid you not. There you go. Ichabod the Avenger, everybody. Those are the big room bucks you're looking for if you have tangible ones. There it is. That's the guy.
And as you know, Ichabod the Avenger always brings with him a friend. Today, it's a city four.
That was awesome. That's boy. Wizard Beard was doing some wizard Ichabod magic there.
Right. That was a Ichabod.
That's what I'm looking for right there. Now we are in the big room.
Right.
Love
that
it.
was the
Love
Ichabod magic.
A little bit of
Everyone's kind of low.
Your volume is low?
You're loud. We can hear you.
I'm always loud.
Can you hear me, BB?
Wait, I hear you fine, yes.
Am I coming in clear?
Am I coming in clear?
How many big room bucks every week?
At this point, it's
Every
like
week.
5. It's like 5.
It's true.
If you don't get that, then you owe us bigger bucks.
Again, yep, you trade them in.
Well,
Yeah.
any luck
And
there,
bleed.
Judy? Any luck? Any luck?
Shh, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Everybody be very quiet. You better go lay down right now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I'm not sure what's happening, but
I like it.
well,
That was feliciatic. Oh God, God, you better go lay down. You hear me?
Woo. That's a keeper, man.
Whew.
That is a keeper.
Actually, the way it was said, if you can get that sound bite,
I
sure someone
get
would
that,
pay some
yeah,
ASMR
what
for
is
that
it? It's
one.
okay, 6. Basically, the
650,
6-minute mark.
60,
That's
yeah,
what you have
6
to look
minute
for.
mark.
Yeah.
You better go lay down.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I might have to like see if I can do this on a laptop because I can't I can barely hear you guys.
Can you hear your voice?
Just in my head.
Did you try the volume on the side of your phone?
No, I haven't tried the volume.
That's got to be it.
Of course, I've tried the volume. But my
Have you
hand's
tried-
been in front of the camera the entire
Have you tried
time.
turning it off, turning it back on? Is your laptop plugged in? Have you tried blowing on your laptop? Which I think that's what BB thought was happening a little bit ago.
I heard that.
I
It
heard
worked.
that.
There you
It
go.
worked. I blew on the thing and it worked.
That always works.
Old technologies.
TK, you always
the old
tell
ways.
me if I blow on it, it'll work.
It'll work.
And it worked.
King.
Ding.
Oh, what's that? Interesting.
What? You know, that is what?
Gee, what
Are
you drinking?
Well, I'll tell you, friends. It's the Leinenhugel's toasted Bach.
You said that.
A Leinenhugel.
Say that. Say that 5 times fast, BB.
Oh, Leinenhugel. I've had that.
The little hiccup
Leinenhugel?
right in the middle of it.
Did you hiccup?
Leinenhugel. I've had 5 today.
I've had this before.
And
The
the
toasted
fourth-
Leinenhugel.
Have you had the toasted Bach?
I don't.
Line and
No, I don't
hiccup. Line is hiccup. Poodle.
So,
It looks good.
yeah. So we experienced a snowstorm last Sunday, and due to some foreseen circumstances of certain people being tardy to our home, it put us on the road later than we wanted to, driving our children up to my mother's house where they would be because they didn't have school the next day, but we had work, or so we thought. So we had to get them someplace. And then it turns out neither one of us ended up having to work the next day. So we were driving in this ridiculously terrible storm
It was
moments
awesome.
after it started. I mean, like within an hour of it starting, the roads were just crap. I mean, just literal crap. And we're driving on the highway. We're not 5 minutes on the highway, and TK looks at me, and of course, you know, the children are in the back, and Monk looks at me and he goes, "The roads are really bad." And I'm like, look at how beautiful the snow is when the lights hit it, children. And the children are like, yeah, you know, so they're blissfully unaware of the danger that we are embarking on. But we drive up, and we are about 15 minutes from our destination, and our brand new windshield wiper that's on the right-hand side, I just replaced it the weekend before. TK had said to me, had said to me, boy, you never realize how good a good windshield wiper is until you put a new one on and then see how cruddy the other one is in comparison. I really have to go get another windshield wiper to replace the other one. I was like, yeah, That hadn't happened yet. So we have one really good windshield wiper and one,
On the
subpar.
passenger side.
And the really good one is on the passenger side, on my side. And we're 15 minutes from our destination, and all of a sudden, I shit you not, the passenger side windshield wiper just goes thunk and just blows off over the roof, just thunk, gone. And TK, and we're like, oh, and of course you have to like immediately stop the windshield wiper so that it doesn't start scraping up the windshield, right? So now we're working with one mediocre. Oh, we can't use the windshield wipers for the rest of this part of the journey.
Right.
And Monk says, call your mother and ask her if she'll meet us like at the bottom of the hill at the gas station. Like, yeah, absolutely. So they do. They meet us down there. They don't know anything about the windshield wiper. We don't want to talk about it. We just like get the kids into their car and say goodnight. And we proceed to drive home with one windshield wiper blade stick straight up in the air, rotating, and the other one working.
And this snowstorm is phenomenal. It's like where
it's the one that was last Sunday.
Right,
it was
right.
the crazy one.
It was crazy, and things were freezing while huge chunks were still falling from the sky. If you put on your high beams, it's like Buck Rogers, hitting the screen.
So the Monk's windshield wiper blade is getting more and more encrusted with ice.
Sure.
And it is now limiting the field of vision to a tank-sized rectangle on our windshield wiper. And the irony is that because right up on the dashboard. And the irony is because we had the heat and the defrost at full blast, and I have nothing on my side like working, my windshield side was completely clear because like anything that hit it, it was so hot, it just melted right down. So I have this like crystal clear window on the passenger side, and he's working with a rectangle like this big. At one point I actually said, do you want me to like steer? Because I can see you work the gas and the brake and I'll steer. No. So a 40-minute trip takes us just one way. A 40-minute trip takes us like an hour and 10 minutes or so because we got to go really slow. Our exit has a really windy hill. We don't want to go down it, so we go past it and down into Harmerville, and we're coming back. And I said something like, I'm stressed out. Monk's stressed out. And I was like, Monk says something like, well, now that we're down here in Harmerville, you want to stop at Permani's and have a beer? And I was like, I was like, I sure could use a beer right now. And Monk was like, you really probably do need a beer. So pulls into Sheets, and I run into the beer thingamajigger, the cooler.
Right.
And I got this. Cooler. I told you all that story just to tell you that this is where I got the toasted Bach.
The origin story.
The origin story of the toasted Bach was a snowstorm on a Sunday night. It was a dark and stormy night.
Nice. Tonight's supposed to be dangerous low temperatures.
Our school district, which will not close or delay for any reason, usually. I actually got a phone call that we have a 2-hour delay. I was like, wow, it must actually be. Like the other day, it was only 4 degrees and our school did not have a 2-hour delay because it wasn't 0 degrees. And I said to the Monk, you're 7 years old, you're standing at a bus stop. Can your body really tell the difference between 4 degrees and 0 degrees? No, it cannot. It's still cold.
Yeah, they said that 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, wind chills could be -20.
That's why. That's why.
Yeah. They said dangerous wind chills in the early morning hours on Thursday. Yeah, that's cool. No, you need some Lagerklugel.
I'm going to have a couple Lagerklugels to help me get through the morning. I need some scotch to warm me up.
Right? Delicious scotch.
When it hits your lips, it's so good.
So good when it hits your lips.
Down.
Go down into your belly.
Well, Yep, that's
Tell me.
right.
Who's the actor? Who's
Belly,
the actor?
belly,
Those
belly,
two
down
two
to
ish
belly.
quotes.
Belly. Down
Yeah,
into
down.
my
I think it's
belly.
belly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
into-
Down into my belly.
Yeah.
Who is the comedic actor that delivered both of those lines ish?
Yes, ish.
500 Bigroom bucks. All
We
right.
quote this movie a lot. We've talked about Panther.
Yeah, Sex Panther.
700 Bigroom bucks.
And the various things that it smells like.
Stings the nostrils.
Yeah. Stings.
Stings the nostrils.
Stings the nostril.
So how was your week, BB?
That's just science. 60% of the time, it works.
It works
Every time.
every time.
That doesn't even make sense.
I'm not sure that even makes sense.
Going to the pants store. Hey,
You'd like to-
Are you asking me if I want to go to a
party?
party in your pants?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, then the answer is no. I
All right,
do
then.
not
All
want
right.
to go to a party in your pants. All right, then.
Kurt,
oh, great character.
would you like to go to a party in my pants?
Oh, great characters.
Oh yeah, no, good week. Yeah, had a good week. Lots of resting, some writing, and some
Arithmetic, rest and write and arithmetic.
mostly just resting. A little bit of writing. Doing another horror movie review for February.
Oh, review. Okay, so
Yeah.
tell us about this. What's the movie?
It's fine. What I'm doing is I'm on the Yuriko Press on her website each month. I'm listing the top 5
That's right.
horror movies released in that month.
Right.
So I did January already, and now I'm doing February with the top 5 horror movies ever released in February.
Wow, that's crazy. That's a lot of movies to be released in 1 month in that genre. That's 10 hours to dedicate yourself to some craptastic.
Yeah, well,
any crap, because there got to be craptastic ones.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of them are ones that I've seen or that just over.
Aren't a lot of them like Valentine's Day themed too? It's like
you would
there's
think,
like
but
there is one though, isn't there? There's
Yeah,
like
Bloody
a
Valentine.
My Bloody
That was
Valentine.
filmed
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was like in February, but I didn't even include that one on my list.
well,
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new My Bloody Valentine?
No, there's just one from the early '80s.
Oh, yeah.
My
Okay.
my list is all time.
There was one in the.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not- yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. My list is just covering the all-time top 5.
Okay.
are you allowed to reveal
Right. Yeah. Is it like
what you've chosen at this point?
yeah, sure. This ruin it in front of this huge audience. But yes, everyone here. Yeah, I haven't actually wrote the write-up yet, but I've
Well,
got
get on
5
it, you lazy son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're
Sorry.
horrible.
I'm sorry.
Horrible.
horrible.
Dejaable.
Horror blood?
So let's see. In for January.
Say it in a better voice. Monster Chiller Horror Theater.
Oh, I also monster trailer horror theater some. But before that, Wizard Man serving coming from the Matrix,
Oh.
the digital rev.
Oh. Digital Rev. Oh, well, 0011000 to you too.
Echo, you can
Is that
customize.
cool?
Oh, there he is. Merry Christmas.
Yay!
Is that quote from the Matrix movie? Echo?
No, I don't know. Volume serial number.
Look at
There you
that.
go. Command.com. There you go.
Yeah.
Digital rev is present.
He is.
Right
It's 65. But,
Uh-oh.
Ah!
yes.
You may have been hacked. The digital rev may have been hacked.
That's from like War Games, or is that
Yeah,
from,
they're
like,
from War Games or something like that.
or Weird Science? It's awesome.
Good evening.
Good
And
evening.
to
Digital
you,
Rev.
and to you, good sir.
Yes. Mhm. Yes.
Yes,
Yes, you are.
Real Rev has introduced us to you before.
Yes. Digital Rev, what are you downloading? Real
Real Rev
Rev
cannot be
yes.
here this evening. Okay, good to know. Thanks for letting us know.
I think our horror movie just started, by the way.
Yes.
I know.
Digital
does
Rev.
thi-
Oh, okay.
Board with us.
Thank you. Thanks for
Very-
that.
Digital
While
Rev,
you're here,
board with us.
Digital Rev, we're not able to actually see you, but
We feel
does
you.
Digital Rev
Have sleep and have dreams and feel.
what
What?
is Digital
Is
Rev
it downloading?
drinking?
You drinking, Digital Rev?
Souls.
Souls?
What
Data?
personal was it personal
Pan
personal
pieces.
information?
Personal computers.
Oil.
Oil.
That makes sense.
That does
I
make
know that the Matrix is telling me.
sense.
Hand to K-Rock, everybody.
Saying hi to Digital Rev as well. That this steak is juicy and delicious.
All right, that's
Digital
about
Rev could have
what
he could have
movie?
the most delicious wine. He could have a wonderful 2003 Malbec. Oh,
I think for that anytime.
yeah, anything you want there, Digital Rev. Oh,
You
yeah,
take the blue pill. Just need the blue pill to merge with the red. Merge with
Monk,
Digital Rev.
Monk, what
Hmm?
are you drinking?
Drinking.
Well, as you all know, the Monk has a future sponsor that comes from the future. Sir Robert Burnett's Extra Dry London Gin. Yes, indeed. Future sponsor of the Monk. That's right.
Gin,
on ice in a prison cup.
Of course.
Or a saucier pour. Some type of sauce pour.
Why do humans drink?
BB, this is a question for BB.
I'll tell you a couple answers. One, to live.
I'll tell you a couple answers.
One, to live. Okay.
One is to live. And that I mean that in multiple ways. You don't drink at all, you're going to dehydrate and die. Two, you don't drink at all, you're going to die of boredom. Yeah.
Your mind will dehydrate.
Get up here.
In the philosophical realm,
Lay
I'm a
down.
firm believer
Down.
that all humans, every once in a while, have got to get lost. You just got to get lost. And sometimes drinking in just the right amount can make you get lost in multiple ways.
And when you're lost, you find new things that you didn't expect.
And sometimes you're way.
Digital Rev can never get lost.
No.
I don't know if that's true, Digital Rev.
So quiet.
Centralized finance.
Yeah, one with the singularity. All right.
But if you could connect to the internet, you could willingly open yourself up to some viruses based in Sweden. I said
we could have a new opening with Digital Rev.
Yeah.
New opening sequence.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll have to, yeah.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Nice.
Digital Rev, everybody. Always a treat. Always a treat.
Yeah, he's always there.
Always ever present. There, always watching from your this thing here.
This has been the first.
Speaking of watching,
Yeah, Always judging, always watching.
Anybody's going to the intranet, right? Right.
I am watching. Yes.
See,
You're right, Monk. Horror film.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to do that.
Monk used to do
when
that
I first
too.
got up my laptop.
Sure, yeah.
And this
Gotta be
was
paranoid.
13 years ago, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Back when I was doing all kind of crazy stuff with my laptop. All kind of.
See, that's where this is where I maintain that digital rev could get lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. That's why the tape.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I started getting.
Monk used the tape for lots of things.
Yeah.
Huh? But anyway, the list of movies I have.
Yes, please.
For January, I went in order.
Does Digital Rev know what you're talking about? Did Digital Rev sign in a little late? BB Rumble is for a magazine.
First for a publishing page.
Go ahead, you say it then.
You use your words then.
You use the correct words.
You use your words then. It's just funny because sometimes we say to kids when toddlers are having a tantrum, you look at them and you go, use your words. You use your words then. It's a weird threat. Go ahead.
So I'll read the actual article from January.
BB has been commissioned to do top 5 horror movies released in the month of January.
Of every month. That's where
that's
the
okay. All right,
running
now
article.
you're up to speed.
Yeah, the running article. That's what it's gonna be. Every month, I'm gonna write an article on the top 5 horror movies. I feel like I've just heard this somewhere, but it's
different words
that were released in that month, and this was the first article from last year. The title of the piece every month is the definitive, indisputable, all-time top 5, my favorite horror-ish movies ever released in January. And everything will say exactly the same. Everything will say exactly the same, except the in January part.
Of course, yes.
Okay.
And so here's the article that I wrote, which she loved. So my goal here is to go throughout the year and each month pick out 5 of the best films, in my opinion, that in some way or another fit into the horror genre. They may not have been box office smashes. They may not have been critical successes. Some of them might even be more funny than scary. But all of them will have made some kind of contribution to the genre, or, at the very least, made their mark on me personally. Top 5 lists are, by their very nature, subjective and meant to be fun. Conversation starting pieces. So I encourage everyone to get involved in the comment section, give us your top 5, or talk about any of the films I mentioned. So, without further ado, here are the top 5 horror-ish movies ever released in the month of January. Number 5. Number 5. Mama, which was released January 18th, 2013. Let me start off by saying the first several months are rough going. January is one of the big dump months for films, where studios push out all of the films they've made that they don't think are going to make any money. However, Mama is a decent, scary movie with some great visuals. I'm not a big fan of horror movies that rely solely on the made you jump moment. And while Mama has a few of them, it does a great job of portraying the main antagonist as a sympathetic while terrifying character that truly does care for the children. The scene where the children are playing tug of war with a blanket in their room, and you can't see who's on the other side of the blanket, and then they start to get pulled up toward the ceiling, laughing and fun, is one of my favorites. Number 4, From Dusk Till Dawn, released January 19th, 1996. Definitely not your stereotypical horror movie, nor your stereotypical vampire movie for that matter. This is definitely the Tarantino is cool and Pulp Fiction is great. Let's make a vampire movie like that. Heck, there's even a cameo by Big Kahuna Burgers. The movie is, of course, ultra violent and definitely answers the question: does Quentin Tarantino have a foot fetish? There's not a there's not a lot of true scary moments or tension builders in this one, but if you're looking for a fun ride with lots of blood, you'll not be disappointed. Number 3, Hostel, released January 6th, 2006. This is the second, this is the second full-length movie directed by Eli Roth. Is the kind of movie that I have the hardest time watching when it comes to horror. And it's for that reason usually something that sticks with me. This is straight out horror / torture film, about as based in reality as you can get for a horror movie. There are not any ghosts or invincible bad guys around. These are humans, both vulnerable and depraved. The movie doesn't pull any punches, and the horror is more about enveloping you in the situation rather than building tension. I don't like rewatching this movie because I honestly don't enjoy the feelings it creates inside me. But it does successfully create those feelings of fear and disgust. So if that's your thing, then you need to make sure you give this one a go. Number 2, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Released January 22nd, 2010. Okay, so like I said, not all of these movies are going to be pure horror. This one still touches on many of the horror stereotypes: deranged hillbillies, sexy teenagers, running, screaming, blood, all that good stuff. But it certainly plays it on the comedic side. First off, full transparency, I'm a huge Alan Tudyk fan. I like pretty much everything he's in. And if you're a fan of the current NBC medical drama New Amsterdam, you'll love seeing Ziggy in a completely different role. If you're looking for scares and tension, this is not the movie for you at this moment. But if you're looking for multiple good laughs, still plenty of blood, and enough of the horror movie tropes to potentially trick your brain into thinking you're watching a horror movie, making the comedy even that much better, then this might be one of those cult classics you wind up watching several times. And then number 1, The Girl with All the Gifts, released January 26th, 2017. Second bit of full transparency, I love zombie movies. I will go into why I love them more in some reviews later in the year on movies that are more prototypical zombie movies. This is one of those movies that, again, isn't necessarily straight out horror. It's very well written with an original twist on the zombies. It's also not truly a straight out zombie movie, but more of an intersection of horror, zombie, post-apocalyptic movies. It's got plenty of tension building and moments where you realize you are gripping your seat or clenching your jaw. You're not entirely sure who the good guys are, or if there are even any good guys. And the ending leaves you to ponder whether things went the best way they could have or the worst. And there you have it, everyone. Inarguably, the best 5 horror movies ever created and released in the month of January. Look forward to your comments, and I have another one out for you next month.
Bravo.
So that's the article for January.
Hey, that's what I said, except with a really annoying accent.
Right.
Pompous accent. I call that. Right.
The movies that will be appearing in the February write-up are going to be in this order.
That's the eye of Digital Rev right there. It's a cat's eye.
Yeah. It's going to be in this order. Willy's Wonderland, which was released February 12th, 2021. Number 4 is going to be The Crazies from February 26th, 2010. Number 3 is going to be Get Out on February 24th, 2017.
Too bad we can't stay, baby.
Right?
10,000 big room bucks. What stand-up comedian?
Lay down. Too bad we can't stay, baby.
Right. Oh, baby, look how nice the
Look how beautiful this molding is.
The new paneling in here. Too bad we can't think of it.
Can I say something real quick? I was watching I'm going to, if that's okay.
Thank you, JM. Thank you, JM.
Hey, JM.
There was a 30 Rock that I was watching, and Liz Lemon has Frank, who always wears the hats with the sayings on them, staying at her place.
Yes, Sasquatch. The neighbor next
and
door.
he's got a bad habit of smoking, and she's got a bad habit of eating junk food, and they're going to try and like support each other with their quitting. And she thinks that Frank's been cheating on the smoking aspect of things. So she sets up like a nanny cam, night cam, and she brings it to work, and they plug it in, and it ends up her sleepwalking into the living room. And of course, it's that like dark gray, like the lighting is that night vision. And she's just standing completely still. And Tracy Jordan goes, I don't mean to be the black guy at the movies, but you better move, girl. And then they like fast forward it, and she's just rocking, and then she finally like goes to the door, and she ordered a pizza. Oh, she gets on the phone. You better move, girl.
Oh, that's a funny show.
Oh, it's a funny show.
Right.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Get Out.
Get Out. Yeah, Get Out number 3. Number 2 is The Witch from February 19th, 2016. And the number 1 is the newest remake of The Invisible Man. February 26th, 2020.
Invisible Man.
That's it.
You know, what I like about this is
My comments?
yeah, always. I do not care for this genre at all.
I don't either.
You don't either? You don't
No.
either? But you've seen them.
Yes.
So I don't care for it so much that I can count on 3 fingers how many of these I've seen in my lifetime.
It's two.
There's only 2. And I think 2 of them, one of them was on accident, and 2 of them I was led to by trusting souls. One was this one, and the other one was Sir Jim Young.
Which was which?
The Trusting Souls.
No, what were the movies?
Which film?
Oh, okay. Sir Jim Young, Sir Alice in Wonderland, begged me with the payment of a cookie and something else, and promised not to do like the thing where like you like grab the person's knee at a high tension moment. Promise to go see. Was it Paranormal? Was the one where they did the cameras?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we saw that one, and the monk had me watch. What did we? Oh, is that considered a horror film? That's totally a horror film. I've seen that. No, you made me watch The Shining.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Right.
yeah. because it's a classic. Right.
It's a classic mess.
It's a classic.
When I was a kid. I'll
And-
tell you that story.
And the one that I saw accidentally was the Blair Witch Project with a bunch of like high school friends back in the day. And I managed to be living under a rock prior to this movie coming out. So I had no idea. I had no idea what this movie was about or anything like that. And so we saw it. And at the end of it, I was like, why are you people not freaking out? Like, we just watched a documentary about some really crazy stuff happening in the woods, and they're like, it's not real. It's totally made up. I was like, oh, it was terrifying. Like a motorcycle started in the background, and I jumped. Like, I was done. That was that. So I've like never seen any horror films really, and I like that you are bringing to the table films that are, like you said, not necessarily considered in that classification or in that genre per se, which makes me think to myself like, oh, maybe I would want to see that. Like it's comedy. It's got a lot of blood, but it's a comedy. Oh, that's nice. Like I like you're expanding people's horizons. It's great. Good job.
You would love Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I think.
That's the 2 hillbillies, right? It's in the back of the truck. Okay.
Yeah.
Who's in that?
Alan Tudyk. That's the only
Oh
one I
yeah,
know.
that's
I
yeah.
don't know
That's
who that is. But
Yeah, you do. Wash from Serenity.
oh, that's his name. Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buddy Wash.
And you love him.
I did.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I'm
He
not
plays a
talking
really,
to you. I'm
but you're right.
You do.
Real
You love
interesting
him.
character in I was gonna say Umbrella Society, but it's not Umbrella Society. It's the other one where he's the bad guy with the metal man.
Yeah.
the melting girl.
Yeah.
What the hell's the name of that show?
The rejects the
Yeah, that.
the
Son of a gun. That'll come.
the rejects.
Yeah.
He was the voice of the rooster in Moana.
He's been on a lot of stuff.
He's he's Hey. He also is. He's done
hilarious.
He's done a couple of animal-ish voices.
Not Umbrella Academy. I did say
yeah.
Society, didn't I? Umbrella Academy.
No, Umbrella. This is the one. It's on Max. It's on HBO. It's a DC
it's based off
series.
of a comic.
I haven't watched the new season yet, but
I haven't watched it either.
The rejects.
the reject Misfits
of Science.
No, that's not it either.
It's the Misfits of Science. What very famous sitcom actress was in the Misfits of Science? The Misfits of Science.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Before we figure out the other one.
Monk, can you tell BB about what Finino was teaching you about? And you told me when I was walking through the door when I came home today.
Euclidean landscapes.
Okay.
Euclidean worlds.
Nice.
Oh, come on. That's it.
Those misfits of science. Those wild and crazy scientific guys, I love them. Yeah, those misfits.
Let's go with him, not Michael J. That's Kevin Peter Hall. No shit.
My heart.
They all have 3 names. Courtney Cox.
The Bruce Springsteen video.
Yeah.
My heart.
Look at awesome. that guy is so.
Oh, that voice.
That one guy is totally Mr. Not Michael J. Fox.
No, but he was totally Michael J. Knox.
Yeah, Michael J. Knox Fox.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe that was Kevin Peter Hall. I never knew that was Kevin Peter Hall.
Yes, Kevin Peter Hall. Who's Kevin Peter Hall?
Kevin Peter Hall was he was the Predator.
Oh, really?
Really?
He was the Predator. He was
and that's how I know.
He was Harry in Harry and the Hendersons.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
and he's the Incredible Shrinking Man, and he's 7 feet tall. Gotcha.
And he was in an episode of Next Generation.
I was gonna say Next Generation had him.
Yeah,
that's him right there.
Yeah, that's Kevin Peter Hall.
He's tall as all Kevin Peter Hall.
I think he's 7'6".
Wowzers!
Wow, really?
I want to find out in a second.
For real?
Yeah, in real life, he's huge.
In the really real world?
In the really real world.
Is he still on the planet?
Did we meet him?
And we have not met him. No.
Is he still on the planet?
Valid question. I'll let you know in a second.
Okay.
Courtney Cox.
And T, the name of the show
Oh, please tell me.
was Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. Thank you.
And if he is still on the planet, we need to find a way to meet him.
Yeah,
Like,
Kevin-
I'm pretty sure by our powers combined, we can make that happen.
yeah, squirrel.
I think we
squirrels
all
like
know
two
enough people at this point that we can pull some strings and make that happen.
Do you remember the name of the gentleman who Jafar the squirrel rode on the back of at the comic book convention? He was in Ocean's 11 and stuff like that. He was the bodyguard in Ocean's 11.
He's the one that, like, okay, I'm going to have to beat you up. And he, like, makes the pretend beating up while Ocean goes up into the thingamajigger. And you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
Yeah.
He's a real big dude. And he was at the Comic-Con. And I asked him if I could climb on him. That's fun. It's fun. When they're big, it's a blast. You should try it. Monk, come on. Climb up this guy with me.
Kevin Peter Hall is 7 foot 2.5 inches tall. And he died in 1991 at the age of 35.
From
Yikes.
what?
Too tallness.
Let's see. He was
Lack of oxygen because he was too high up in the atmosphere.
He was the tallest.
Struck by lightning.
He was the tallest of 7 brothers. 7 brothers. All of them were over 6 foot 5 inches tall.
Wow. From what country?
His dad was 6'6". His mom was 6'2".
What kind of aliens are these people?
Tall kind.
The tall kind.
Kenyan.
Oh shit! He while working on the TV series Harry and the Hendersons, he announced that he had contracted AIDS from a blood transfusion.
Rats.
It was during a surgery for injuries that he sustained in a car accident. He died from the AIDS-related pneumonia a month short of his 36th birthday.
What a bummer. What was his birthday?
He was born May 9th, 1955, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
What?
I'm pretty sure we've met him then. Let's just say it. Let's just say we met him. We met him.
That's
everybody here.
Yeah.
Everybody here. You met him. I met him. We're all signing. We all met him.
Right.
You know, that's fascinating. What amazes me is, yes, he had a short life, but BB Rumble knows all 3 of his names just at a glance of him, not in character makeup.
Yeah.
Not in character makeup, because the rest of humanity doesn't know the Misfits of Science very well.
In fact, when I saw the movie Harry and the Hendersons, that was like pre-easy internet days.
Right.
Yeah, you could
big time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I saw the movie Harry and Hendersons, I said, dude, that guy moves just like the Predator. And then I found out it was the same dude. And I was like, I knew it. I knew that was the...
And that's where the name stuck. Just to prove everyone that you were right.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to know that guy's name from now on.
Oh, wow. 7'2". I'm 5'2".
And a half of an inch.
Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
He even makes me look tall.
What?
Doesn't make any sense. Think on that. Go on, write it down. Dissect it.
60% of the time, it works all the time. Every time.
Mm-hmm. He's so tall, he even makes me look tall.
He's so tall, he makes me look tall. What? What?
guy. Let's see.
That's a head scratcher. Who was the guy that we met?
Oh, he was
in the
all.
elevator?
You know what else he was in, dude? See,
What?
he was in the television movie
hmm
Mazes and Monsters.
Wow, with Tom Hanks.
I know
Yeah.
Mazes and Monsters.
Wow, we watched
That's
that. It's a horror movie we watched.
That's a horror movie that we watched together.
He played.
with Makepeace.
He played Gorville.
Played who?
Gorville.
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 Oh, he was one of the,
Gorville.
Yeah.
yes, he was in the maze.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Gotta find that. Fuck.
Yeah, he was in.
This show is
16
dedicated
episodes.
to the guy that BB Rumble knows. He has 3 names and it's really tall.
Peter.
He was also an episode
Jackson.
of Night Court,
Really? Holy smokes, he did a lot in that brief time.
and he was in an episode playing the role of Floyd Malone in The Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh. Okay.
Right? Good
Yeah.
old Floyd Malone.
Wow.
And now, what was the other one we were looking at? We were looking at
The big guy from Ocean's 11.
That's a tricky one, isn't it?
He played, what's his character's name?
How did you spell Gorville, by the way?
Gorvill. No E at the end.
I just had one L.
Oh. Sorry.
Gorville Redenbacher.
Yeah. Yes. Gorville Blood.
Yeah, there's no direct. BB, you got to put together something for this guy.
Bloodenbacher.
Orville Bloodenbacher. That's it.
Oh man.
Gorville Bloodenbacher. That's who I'm going. That's what I'm doing for Halloween. Gorville Bloodenbacher.
Bloodenbacher.
What the hell is the? I mean, do you have any idea what the name of the big guy was? And
Come on. I don't have access to the internet at the same time that I'm doing this.
all right, I'm looking.
So
See-
he would be. Wait. He ends up getting punched by him. Ocean gets. Just say who's the guy. Ask the interwebs. Who's the guy who is the who
Oh,
punches him
Bodyguard.
in the
Cell scene in the tower. He's-
in the casino.
So he's the main bad guy's bodyguard. One of his bodyguards.
He's bald
Tattoo.
and he has like a tattoo on the back of his head.
Me, the guy with Henry, the guy with the snake on his face.
and he punches Danny Ocean.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's
Well,
pretending to, but before he starts pretending to, he like actually socks him, and Danny's like, he says his name right then. He said,
I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know exactly what's going on,
but
I know that there's a with it man
Oh!
summons with a brand new name that I don't even know what it means.
Oh my, exciting!
Riggedy Sizzle.
No way! Riggedy motherfucking sizzle is what it stands for.
Riggedy,
Motherfucker.
motherfucker.
Your
You're muted,
your
babe.
mic is muted.
Riggedy.
I'm keeping my mic muted because I'm no headphones. So whenever I'm not talking, I'm going to hit mute.
Okay.
But yeah, I just finished my day, 12-hour workday.
Wow, I know what
I
that's
have
about.
one more to go, and then I'm off for Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I just wanted to stop in and say hello.
Ah,
Before I hit-
Awesome to see you.
baby, good to see you. Miss you.
How bad is that? How bad is that feeding back through the?
Not bad.
Not at all.
No, not bad at all.
Not at all.
All right, well, I'll turn it down and just leave it on then.
Great.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
What do you?
Where
What's
are
going
you?
on? I'm in Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks.
Yeah, I'm out at the Cleveland airport. It's actually called Brooklyn, Ohio.
That's a lie.
Cleveland,
Interesting.
Ohio.
Somebody got a message. Oh, 2 messages.
Two
That's
messages.
not
You
me.
did. You did.
Oh, I did.
Oh. There's a whole lot of things happening.
I'm winning. Keep hitting that
So
button.
I clicked.
Bruiser.
His name was Bruiser. Okay.
I
That's
clicked
you.
on, and you guys were talking about horror movies,
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. That's why I do.
and you were
hardcore
talking
horror.
about. Well, I was just, I was winding down yesterday, and I had a movie on with the sound off.
Yes.
Have you ever seen Midsommar?
No, I've
yeah.
heard of it.
It's pronounced Midsummer Night's Dream. Midsummer's Dream.
That's a nightmare.
Is it a nightmare?
Okay.
Is it a nightmare?
It is the most.
Still
It's the
with
most
you.
It's the most artsy, insane movie that I've ever seen.
Or watched. You haven't heard
Okay.
it. This guy, that's the tall gentleman that Jeannie Jafar climbed got a piggyback ride from at the comic book convention.
Oh, that guy.
Promotions.
His name is
Robert Paulson. Give it up for Robert Paulson, everybody. By the way, Meatloaf.
yeah.
We lost
Right.
Meatloaf.
His name is Scott L. Schwartz.
Scott L. Schwartz.
Okay.
I
How
got
tall?
him.
How tall is this Scott L. Schwartz?
Okay.
I got Scott L. Schwartz.
Oh, did we lose Digital Rev?
Scott L. Schwartz was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Another Pennsylvanian.
All right.
All
PA
people
in
be
the
from
house.
PA. I mean, look
PA
at
in the
Mark
house.
Jafar. And
That's
Ad Hoc.
not technically.
So, I mean, those people make us look tall.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
They're all Pennsylvanians.
He is 6'8".
Okay. Dwarfed by the other 3 names.
So the other dude was half a foot taller than him.
Wow, that's Kookaburra. That's perspective.
So you think
Riggedy.
Riggedy motherfucking sizzle. What's the name of that movie?
Can I show you something adorable right now?
Midsommar.
Oh, it's that baby twister puppy girl.
She's so sleeping on the
She's the
lap.
best. Her eyes are the most beautiful eyes on any pup.
Just love listening to him talk about a dog.
I love that dog.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful girl.
She's doing good.
Hey, that's awesome to hear.
Oh,
That's
wait.
awesome.
Wait, you're off tomorrow night?
Yes, that's why I'm looking up. That's why I was waiting to have a conversation. I'm going to the thing where you guys were talking about having some gin somewhere, right?
Yeah, on Friday.
Is there a spot for him?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Great.
Where's it at? I'm in.
It's in Pittsburgh, Cosign Speakeasy.
Ad Hoc would be blown away. He has no idea. He would have no idea that you'd be showing
Yeah, the
up. It's his
Cosign
50th.
Speakeasy. It's down by the waterfront. If you type in Cosign Speakeasy Pittsburgh, it should come up on the
Cosign?
Cosign. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. I'm well. I mean, I'm not. I'm penciling that in. I'd like to make it. We'll have to see how it goes.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I hope-
If you
From
do,
7 to like 11.
yeah, we'll be there from 7 to 11. Just let them know you're with the Laszlo clan.
All right.
Because it has to be, you gotta make reservations.
That's
Tell me the name of that
cool.
creepy ass movie again there.
Midsommar.
Midsommar or something like that.
Yeah, I think you got it right.
Here it is. We're gonna watch
They
the
take
trailer.
they take a virgin, don't they?
It's madness.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very intense.
Oh, an A24 film. Oh boy.
Are
The
they
A24 did the same. Yeah, that's what I just watched last night.
A24? Are they insane?
Yeah.
Dude, she needs a therapist. You've been wanting out of this stupid relationship for like a year now. And don't forget about all of the beautiful Swedish women you'll meet in June. Okay, guys. That's not her again. Seriously?
Is this the movie?
What's happening?
Yeah, it makes a wild turn from there. It turns into something that isn't even.
I was so very sorry to hear about what happened.
Oh man, it's like it turns into an acid trip totally.
You gonna be okay watching this, Rizzy?
You know what she's been going through.
Christian says you've got this.
I couldn't imagine this preview could do it justice, but
It's sort of a crazy festival. Special ceremonies
Yeah. I saw previews for this when it was going into theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where shit starts going crooked right there.
Getting balls.
This is what an IBM is like here.
How long have you two been together?
Just over 3.5 years.
4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think? It's like another world. Tomorrow's a big day.
Is it scary?
Oh, I recognize her.
It has Smithsonian properties.
I recognize him too.
What am I going through?
I just need to acclimate.
I don't want to acclimate. I want to go.
Black Widow's sister.
Absolutely not.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I don't know why you invited us.
Bethany looks so guilty right now because we only do this every night. I was most excited for you to come.
No, that doesn't. You got to check. I mean, something. If you want to be just go to a totally different place that you've never ever experienced, that would
I
just
don't
check
know
it
if I
out.
want to. You don't look happy about that place. Quickly.
Well, I did it with the sound off. I mean, I had what was on. I was listening to Bjork actually.
Oh, you probably
That's
took it
routine.
into a whole other. Was it more disturbing or more beautiful?
I don't know. It was. I'm not even going to say it was disturbing. It was just. Yeah. I mean, it was. I think. I mean, I've seen some. I'm probably desensitized. I don't know. I think. I think a lot of people would find that to be disturbing. I found it pretty disturbing, but not. I was just like. I guess entertainment. I guess. I was entertained
That's
in a weird way,
entertainment,
just
baby.
shocked. Anyway, very
Ad
stupid.
Hoc says he's doing a system restore.
Yeah, I saw that pop up on the Monk's
Okay.
screen.
I'm gonna
Whole
get
world.
going, guys. I'm gonna hit the sack, but I'm gonna. I just wanted to say hi, and it's good to see
Yeah, dude,
everybody.
Great to see you, brother.
If you're in the Pittsburgh area on Friday, dude, that's where we'll be.
Yeah, man. I'll shoot a text so I can get the name again, and if I'm gonna make it, and I'll give you a heads up so that
I'll
way.
send it to you right now.
Oh, good.
All right,
Awesome.
Yeah,
Alright.
believe it.
Believe it.
all right. I hope you guys have a great night. It's a pleasure to be here in the big room, and I'll talk to you soon.
Be
Right
safe
on.
out there. in
Love
the world.
you.
Love you guys.
Good to
Cheers.
see you. Good to see you.
Looking forward to being with you again, man. Peace. Nice.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Nice.
Man, I have not seen that dude's face in a
He's been
long
working
time.
it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, good for him. I just like all of a sudden his face popped up and I was like, oh man, miss that dude.
Yeah. That's a crazy long work day. I mean,
Yeah.
12 hours, I do that, but not ending at 10.
Right. Yeah.
That's poopy.
That's a kook in the Duke
That's
drop.
kooks. That's a kook
That's a
drop
kook,
right
that's
in
a
the
kook
Duke.
drop in the Duke bucket.
That's write that down. That's a kook drop. Oh, you got me. That's good. That's a good one. Those are words I never heard before. That's great. That's a kook drop in the
In the Duke bucket.
in the Duke bucket.
It
Drop in the Duke bucket.
just grows on you. It's a good one.
It does. Like a fungus.
Just made it up.
That's
Just
good.
came
Write
to me
that
just
down.
now.
Oh.
Just came to me now.
1 hour, 4 minutes.
1 hour.
Kook drop in the Duke bucket.
That's right.
Oof. Oh man. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Whew.
Whew, that was a healthy one. That cleared out some stuff from the lung bags.
Right.
In the lung bag.
That's right.
Very nice. So today was the last day. Surprising for me.
And K-Rock, your mom is traveling.
Is she floating again?
Yeah.
That's what they call when she travels. She just starts floating, traveling across the room,
I can picture it.
knocking over stuff on the top shelf,
Yeah.
half asleep,
Yeah.
half in a trance. Half.
Good Lord.
Who's gonna read it? Who dat?
So also the guy that you crawled on at the Comic-Con,
Schwartz.
yeah, he's a devout Jew, became a professional wrestler. His wrestling names, he was Scott Schwartz, but then he also wrestled as Giant David. Then he wrestled as Joshua Ben Gurion, the Israeli commando.
They're all very religious names.
And then he wrestled as Igor the Giant.
I wonder if he went and didn't really,
Right?
really turned it on. I'd love to see that. I would actually love to see Jafar climbing up on his shoulder, commanding and pointing, and him going at the same time. Christ.
Yeah, like Master Blaster.
Yeah. But like Igor and
But Igor Blast. Igor.
Frankensquirrel.
Yeah.
Frankensquirrel climbing on Igor the monster.
I don't know what made me think this right now, but completely unrelated. I started to rewatch. I know why, because I just saw him that he started. He also was in a Star Trek episode.
This guy?
Yeah, Mr. Schwartz.
Cool. Genie.
And that made me think. Oh yeah, I started to rewatch DS9.
DS9.
Yeah. I started to rewatch that.
Also known as Deep Space Nine. Takes
Right.
the same amount of time and same amount of syllables to say, but some people say DS9, other people say Deep Space Nine. Just as easy to say.
It's
Just saying. Go ahead.
He had a whole rant about that back in the day. I'll never forget. It kept me up. I was trying to go to bed, kept talking about it while he's watching it on the TV. You could just say Deep Space Nine. Same amount of syllables. DS9. Deep Space Nine. Do you hear a difference? I hear you talking.
Deep Dork 9.
Deep Dork 9.
Deep Bot Boy.
Yeah, I remember we had a discussion on that as well.
It was a fist fight, baby.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I think my point was, I think that some people went with the fact that it's deep space. So you've got the P as deep space. So
deep space.
Derp face.
Yeah.
Derp face.
You got
9.
deep space. Deep space.
Some people don't know how to enunciate. Deep Space 9.
Derp.
The monk likes to enunciate. Deep Space 9.
Brother.
Anyway, I was watching.
Say it.
I was watching.
Say it.
Deep Space Nine.
Ooh, yeah, too long.
God,
You're right. Go back the other way.
And the Doctor. There's an episode where there's a guy on a planet, and they're supposed to like be relocating the planet and all that, and he won't leave. He's like a farmer. He spent his whole life there.
Oh yes, I know this episode.
I know this episode too.
He gets injured, and Kira, like stays with him and all that. But he gets hurt at one point. The Doctor comes down and tells him, that he suffered a rather serious injury, and he says some medical terminology about what the injury is.
Mm-hmm.
I paid no attention to it when I watched it the first time years and years ago, nor when I rewatched it like 4 years ago. But this time it caught my attention what the injury was.
Okay.
He had a a significant wound to his perineum.
Oh, they didn't say that, did they?
Yes, he does.
Wow.
Yes, he does.
That's
through a major injury to the perineum, right there in the Star Trek world.
That's funny. So the writers were giggling.
The writers were giggling.
Wearing a hat that says something that says taint on it.
That.
Right? So taint, yeah.
Can't- yeah.
This taint your hat.
Right.
Yep, taint your
Right.
hat.
Taint your hat.
Yep, loved it. Had to
Taint
back
it
up.
black.
Had to back up and double check it.
That's hilarious.
Oh man,
Yep.
Wow.
loved it.
perineum.
That's
Yep.
that's funny.
Yeah, that was the injury that put the man down in the fight with the Cardassians and the
Put the man down
Cardassians and the
in the
Bajorans.
DS9 world.
Yeah, that's a deep space, all right.
Is it working?
Yeah, thank you.
Wait,
And,
it's working.
oh,
Yay!
that's a new angle. I like it.
Hi.
What's up, Flay?
Have you
I'll
killed
say
that
no.
hawk?
What's happening?
Oh no.
There he is. Come in. What up, dope?
We got computer issues I'm working on.
Well,
Gremlins
looks like we're rocking
for-
your phone.
Coming through the cell phone.
I like it.
Oh,
Put your
okay.
cell phone sideways.
Oh.
Oh, let me do my last joke, by the way. The per diem and the guy thing.
Yeah.
He said it sideways. That's awesome.
It just goes to show you that men, the males, have never. Wait, I gotta put this in better way. That men have never had children before birthing. Work on that one for me. We need writers.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha.
The per diem. Listen to me.
The per diem. The Tarentum.
Those dorky writers have never been with a woman who's given birth, and that's why they thought the word perineum was funny.
Well,
Those
no,
dorks have
it
never
just goes
been with
to
a woman, period.
The man, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a good way to do it. That's a good way to do it. Let me
Right.
say, yeah, that it would kill a man to have an injury there.
Yeah, but the ladies will bounce right back.
Right.
The ladies.
The ladies snap right back into shape. Snap right back into shape. All right. Anyway, hey.
Hey.
Ho. Hey
Work
ho.
it. I feel like I'm that 7.5 foot tall man in a shrunk down into laboratory size.
Yeah,
Per diem.
there used to be a show in the '60s called
Can you speak that?
what was it? Land of the Giants.
Yes.
We are the littles, and we're coming at you, don't you know?
Yeah, Slay's totally got the Land of the Giants angle going on here.
Yes, I feel tiny. I feel like I'm in a petri dish.
I can't remember. There's a fantastic character in the show Land of the Giants.
Is it Princess Giant Slay?
No, what the fuck was his name? Karen would know.
Hand the
K-Rock.
K-Rock,
Igor
Karen.
the Giant.
K-Rock.
Karen would know. K-Rock!
What's the name of my favorite character from Land of the Giants?
You have a favorite character?
Fitzhugh. His name's Fitzhugh.
Fits
Yeah,
you.
let me get a drink. Let me get a drink.
That fits you.
Put this on your
Yeah,
It's
his
like
name,
physic and fits you.
it's Fitzhugh. And he talks with this crazy accent. What's wrong with you people?
That's
Oh, he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
What's happening, Kill Basket? What's up, baby?
Not too much, man. Not too much.
I like your beard too. You got
Right.
a fresh cut and all that shit.
Right?
I
Right?
noticed.
Right? It's
Mm-hmm.
you sound a little scratchy in the voice there. You been screaming?
laughing and screaming.
Oh my god.
Got your nails did too.
I'm a little hoarse. Maybe I need to drink some water.
Right.
I remember when I was like back in like high school and Facebook was still a thing. People would bully me and say that my teeth looked or my entire face looked like a horse.
Oh.
But then on Facebook, they would like comment underneath my pictures and like they say, "Yeehaw, yeehaw," and I was like, "That's not even a horse sound. That's a fucking donkey sound." And I was like, you know what? You bitches.
Yeah. Get your
I was
farm
like,
animals
yeah,
straight before you
yeah,
start
get them
slinging
straight.
shade.
You know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
got,
don't
like,
sling
big-ass
shade if you
teeth.
don't know what your farm animals are.
I know. I was like, well,
Buckles.
so people.
You do not look like a horse, just FYI. but you do need some water.
More so of a chipmunk, I think.
You do need some water, though.
Yeah, I'm a little hoarse.
Aha! Yes, you got it. Boom! Right back around to him, a little horse.
You got your nails did too. Let's see
Brilliant.
those claws.
Oh, you like them? They're $6. I
Yeah.
got them from Walmart.
Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. That
They are
Walmart.
long.
dangerous.
I'm
Dangerous.
There's a little fright night feel to those.
I know. Don't I have like this like Beetlejuice look right now? I feel.
It's cool. It's working. I like it.
Thank
Don't
you.
say that too many times, though.
Right.
We're running off the cell phone.
Beetlejuice.
You guys got to tell her. Like I'm trying to tell her for longevity's sake. She needs to learn from the elders that we got to hydrate during the day
Oh yeah.
and drink at night. Right?
Vampire way.
Yeah,
Hydrate during the day. No. I'm like, baby, you're drinking too much. Like I'm not drinking enough agua during the day. I think. I think so. What it is.
Yeah.
Because this stuff
during the day.
makes you.
You know what? There's times where I would drink wine, red wine, and too much red wine, and not if I was not hydrated, and I would literally not be able to speak, lose my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, red wine dehydrates me like a motherfucker too. But I love it. Sometimes I love it.
Mi familia.
Yeah.
My battery is going to die, and I apologize. I must adieu at this point. I'm so sorry to do it right when you guys got started. Love you so much.
See you on Friday.
That's a good bow.
Yeah.
You will. Love you so much. Love you so much. Love you so much.
Love ya.
Hey,
Love
hey,
ya.
love you so much. Love you so much. I did it. I was looking and I looked and I looked. Right?
Yeah. Total Brady.
Yeah, I did it.
Brady.
All right. I love you guys.
Be safe out there.
Have fun.
All right. Look forward to seeing you on Friday.
Looking forward to seeing you. Monk, just remember.
Don't be too loud. Keep my headphones off just a little bit so I don't yell.
A little bit. Just a little bit. Can I tell him real quick?
Sure, always.
Oh, man. So there was one night, I can't remember what night it was, but Monk was down in the studio, which is directly below our bedroom, and he was standing next to a mic, which is directly below our bed on the side that I sleep on, and he was recording some music. So he's listening to the song and singing into a microphone. So you can't hear anything that he hears.
Right.
He's just singing. And it is getting late and later, and he's doing a night studio time. But the parts that he's laying are not like the regular traditional vocals. He's laying the pops and the so he's like just randomly like yeah.
Yeah.
And like every time I start to like settle back down and like get my breathing steady, and I'm like right there, he like wah! And it was, so this goes on for like a half an hour. I am trying so hard. I have a melatonin in my system. I've got like the sleep meditation stuff on my phone right next to me. I'm trying so hard. But finally, I hated to do it, but I had to text him and tell him, you got to cut it out. But when I was telling this story to the kids, I said, and I hated to do it, but I picked up my phone, and the monk walks in and right then interjects, and I said, your song's crap, Todd. Go to bed. Your song's crap, Todd. Go to bed. And I was like, I did not say that. I just said, you are startling me awake, and I need you to shut it down. So I can go to bed.
Todd, shut it down.
Song's crap, Todd. Shut it down.
Oh my god. No, never,
That's your yell hole.
never.
So just
I've been-
remember your pie hole is right beneath my bed nest, okay?
Yes, my love.
I love you so much.
Earplugs, baby, earplugs. Soft little earplugs.
I don't have them yet, so
Oh, I know what to get you for your birthday.
and I have little ear
Monkeypox.
holes, just so you know. I have like
Those soft little ones. They roll down. You roll down, and then they expand.
Oh, we got
Yeah.
those.
Heroes.
We got tons of those. But then she won't hear her alarm in the morning.
Oh, you just come up when you go upstairs. You just pull them out of her little ear holes. You just go in there and go.
Hey.
yeah, that won't get you socked in the face. I wake up to
Wing it.
We were to watch a movie yesterday. Well, we did. And then I was like, oh, I'm so tired because he slept through his alarm. So I let
Hand to
him do that.
K-Rock,
I went,
everybody.
hi, Hannah
And a
K-Rock.
K-Rock.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna let him sleep. I'm gonna go food shopping and all that stuff because like it's just there's so many shops around. And I came back, went to work, came back, and then I was like, all right, I'm so tired for no reason, but I'm actually tired for a reason because we sleep like vampires. It's like 5 a.m. We go to sleep for why? I don't know why, but I was like, I'm gonna set an alarm for 15 minutes, and I start having this really weird dream about just I can't remember, but it was just terrible. And he goes, "Babe," he's like, "Babe, babe," and I was like, "What?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" And I yelled at you. I yelled at you. You were like, I was like,
Damn.
I was like, oh my
Don't
gosh,
wake her
I'm
up.
so sorry.
Don't wake her
But
up like that.
Can you do it like all gently?
Yeah,
you
don't
know,
wake somebody
you
up like that.
You're like, babe,
You'll
babe,
get-
are we supposed to watch a movie? And I was like,
You woke her up for watching a movie at 6 a.m.?
No,
What
no,
was-
it was like
What was the
midnight.
movie? What
It
the
was
movie?
midnight. Well, she wanted, I said
What was
movies,
the
yeah,
movie?
and then like I go to the couch and she's like nodding out, like. So I bathed her. I woke her up with some. Hey,
Babe
Bam,
Flash.
bam.
Why you gotta yell at me though? Like,
What was the
dang.
movie?
You
What'd
didn't
you
hear the
do with
14 soft
sleeping?
ones before that.
Yeah, like, you
I
know,
watched Midnight
like,
Mass.
I feel like harassed. Yeah, like he's watching a vampire show and he's like,
That's
I'm
right.
like subconsciously like listening to it and I'm having bad dreams. He's like yelling at me. So I freaked out on him for a second.
And bit his neck.
She almost.
Yeah,
Threw a stake through his
I
heart.
almost got a sock.
Was
in
it
the
Fright
jaw.
Night?
I can't sock him with these nails. I can't even do this.
Yeah. You just gotta go like this.
She got vampire nails. Oh yeah, she could pierce my throat.
Yeah.
She could definitely do some midnight mass. She can bloodletting. Give me the vampire blood.
Yeah.
All right.
Love you guys.
Love you,
Alright.
Watch
Becky.
that.
See ya.
Everybody, yep. Watch out for your perineum getting injured.
Perineum. That's it.
Love you guys.
You, Jeannie.
You say again.
Oh, that's
Cool. Yeah. So we were an hour late. What did we miss? Fill us in.
Oh, it was a lot, dude. It was Digital Rev.
Digital Rev came on.
Oh.
We did a whole Matrix thing with us
Yeah,
again.
communicating.
The Matrix intro again. Yeah.
No,
I saw
no,
that
no,
last
this,
time.
this is totally different. Real Rev never was. Real Rev was never able to make it. As a matter of fact, let me see if I
know.
can.
Oh, what?
Wizard bid calls
Yeah.
from the Matrix. Digital Rev.
Digital Rev back. It's still here.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, Digital Rev was totally communicating with us
Uh-huh.
in real time.
And that
Digital.
beautiful green
Super.
font.
He was
And
like,
then
Oh
dude,
my
he's not, he's
God.
not
like the
playing
Geo.
with us.
I want this on a big screen so bad. That looks crazy awesome. It's so tiny on it.
There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Hacked. You're hacked.
Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
There's Digital Rev.
Good evening and good morning, depending on where you are.
Yeah, Digital Rev is everywhere, so it's
Digital Rev
always
is everywhere,
morning
yeah.
and evening and
Good to
afternoon.
see you, Digital Rev.
Yeah.
He is everywhere. Oh man, my computer is still Digital Rev. Can you help me with my computer? It's preparing automatic repair. I don't know what happened to it. Can you just tap in and take it over and give it some intelligence, some artificial
Give it some,
intelligence so it works
Did you
better?
just
CPR.
download the update?
CPU CPR.
I did an update. And now I'm doing a system restore because I did the update and then it wouldn't recognize Messenger.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on? Have you tried blowing on it?
Yeah.
Blow the dust out of the
Working
hole.
too far.
Tap
I gave
it.
that advice earlier.
You want a beer? You want what?
Then I'm fresh out. If you tried that, then I'm fresh
You want a
out.
drink? Or you want a beer? Which?
Yeah. Should be a
Number
water.
one drink.
Actually, I'm empty. I'm down to ice cubes. In my morning.
Warden, give me more ice cubes. I need some.
Yelling.
Same thing as it's like, still the same as 1981 or whatever that was.
What? Me? Oh, what?
Yeah, still the same. Yeah. Remember the famous cassette tape? The cassette tape is nothing from like 1979.
Okay.
It's you, me, and Ad Hoc,
Uh-huh.
and we're recording us in the room.
I remember we used to do radio shows and stuff.
Yeah, but we weren't doing anything that was scripted. We were just
Free
we were.
flow.
It wasn't even directed. Yeah, it wasn't even directed at the recorder. We were just recording like an hour of us in the big room, and it was just 20 straight minutes of blah, 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 and then my dad comes back.
Quiet down.
Yeah, and on the cassette it sounds like this. Blah, 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 for 20 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Keep it down back here. Click.
Door shots.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. And it starts right back up in there.
Goblins.
There's no way he made it down. There's no way he made it down the hallway. Yeah. No way.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, tell me you gotta remember. I totally remember that.
Oh, it's hilarious, dude. Uh-oh.
Phoebe, I love your beard.
Thank you. I just did a little shaving last night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, something's happening. K-Rock, sit. K-Rock, sit.
K-Rock.
Oh, man. Echo MS-DOS command line could be colorful. Uh-oh. There's shit happening in the digital wealth world.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm scared. Like, I really feel like it's, like, on my phone.
We said it was a horror film back when it first started.
They're hacking?
Because we were talking about horror movies, because I'm working on my next horror movie article.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
The horror movie article.
Yeah, reviewing the top 5 horror movies released in the month of February.
Okay.
Oh, I just went to a blue screen. How do you do this?
It's a blue screen of death, man.
Literally. That's what you get when you sign all the terms of an agreement and don't know what you just signed, I guess. Is that what happens? You get the blue screen of death.
Can we MacGyver a solution?
No.
That's pretty good. You don't want me to turn it?
No.
But I'm Adam and I need to do things.
Merry Christmas.
Okay. What is going on Digital Rev screen? It's too small to see.
He
Can
says
someone enlarge it?
he's saying Merry Christmas.
Right. And there's
Why? It's not Christmas. Adam's confused. Wait, who's Adam?
Boo.
King Adam.
Oh, look at that. Boo. Boo direct. It's timeline. It's dates. It's data. It's bats. It's sys. It's comps. It's files. It's boo.
Digital Rev.
Just present.
Digital Rev doesn't understand holidays. Digital Rev's giving us every
Every
holiday.
day's a holiday, my friend. Go to sleep, wake up. Yo, it's
Yo.
Christmas again.
Go to sleep, wake up.
It's a holiday again.
There it is. Digital Rev.
Digital Rev, everybody. Digital Rev. Digital Rev.
Which I love that image, by the way. It's very reminiscent of one of my favorite Bowie images from the album cover of Earthling.
Earthling.
Right.
What's this?
Yeah.
Wearing Alexander McQueen, wearing McQueen's jacket, his what's that called? The
Union Jack.
It looks Japanese.
It's Union Jack jacket, and he's
enlarge it, BB.
English.
What, his?
Yeah. Tiki's. Look at that, babe. How you like that outfit? It looks like fire.
Looks like something.
I like the way he has his arms and the black in the sleeves comes down to complete the V.
Correct.
You know, yeah, it's like an above below. It kind of has the above below, like the triangle.
The Merkaba.
It is a Merkaba, yeah.
It is. Yes, it is. He's no dummy.
No, Black Star. Oh.
I know, right? But look how he breaks up Earthling as well. Got the HL right in the middle. The HL right in the middle with the 1032. Look at that 32 predominant. And the HL. See the HL?
Yeah, it's very hard to see, but I see it.
Okay, yeah.
EART space HL space I space NG. 33.
Oh my gosh.
Another master number.
Isn't that something? That's, man, you're definitely connected to that dude, like in weird ways. Like
Truth, man.
HL Posse.
I mean, no.
Yeah.
T-Monk was in the Netherlands the day that Bowie died. And they happened to have that. That's just where there was an art exhibit. A David Bowie. What was tell us?
It was a museum. So there was a traveling exhibit called Being David Bowie, and it was all the everything from his full career. Like it was where he grew up and his first writings, and like the picture of
wow.
Little Richard that hang on his bedroom wall was there. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff and all of his writings. A lot of his, so there was a lot of like Alexander. All of the costumes that were designed by brilliant designers from around the world. Some of his sketches for the stage stuff.
Wow!
It was just a full scope of his life, right? And
was it from a lot of private collectors as well, T?
Oh, absolutely. So, but it was a museum thing. I was traveling for a year at that point, and from country to country, from museum to museum. And so when we were in the Netherlands,
your chip chop.
Your chip chop.
Okay,
we lost you.
It might have been. It might have been our connection.
It's ad hoc.
So when we were in the Netherlands, we started seeing signs, like these like billboard posters for it. And Jeannie was like, Jafar was like, Jeannie Jafar, she was like, so are we going to go travel north in northern Netherlands to see this museum exhibit? And I was like, I'm on vacation. I can't have David Bowie dictate what I do on my vacation. because it's
Right.
it was like a 2-hour train ride to the Groningen museum, Groningen, and we were at that point we were in Amsterdam proper.
Wait a second. Wait, hold on. Stop the press. So she suggested going to see this exhibit, and
I
you
said
said
no.
no.
I said no.
Why did you say no?
And then I got a text at what time was it there? It was like 5 o'clock in the morning in the Netherlands. I get a text from the manager of K Rock saying that Bowie died, and I was like, no, and and he really passed. And then
Because Bowie
Jafar
kept it a
texts me.
secret. Like he didn't keep it secret that pretty
Nobody
much
knew
that
he had
his cancer.
Nobody, only a handful of people knew that he was dying.
It's like Chadwick Boseman.
But anyway,
Yeah.
so his album released, Black Star came out on his birthday, and then 3 days later, like Christ in the grave, he ascended on the 3 after. He died 3 days after his birthday, on his 69th birthday. Again,
Wow.
that
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
there's all kind of stuff about it. But anyway, and I was like, he's not going to dictate what I do on my vacation. And then dude dies and dictates what I do on my vacation.
Right.
But nevertheless,
Well, I mean, I'm surprised you looked at it as a dictate rather than like, wow, this is amazing. Because you were going over there not for that.
Right. In post, after when he died, I was like, this is the best place for me to be in the entire globe in order to kind of like one of my huge mentors
pay respects to
and then to go study his mentor on the day after he dies.
Man.
So anyway, so it was closed. He died on a week. Everyone got word on the Monday, and museums are closed on Monday. So we were there the first day the museum reopened of his passing, and they had it decked out with flowers and different stuff like that. It was pretty beautiful. But and I was able to study my mentor's life on the day after he actually died, like in full and like, thank goodness, because to be honest with you, like,
man, dude, okay, so I want to comment on this. So there's a couple things.
I would have been a mess for our kids for like a day or two. I'd have been a mess. You know what I mean? But I was able to completely go through all of that. Oh, we got this tattoo that day. This section was tattooed that day. Already had the schedule at the tattoo parlor in Amsterdam. But yeah, the day we got the word that Bowie died, this was put on my skin. Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's fucking heavy, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I want to say, like, you guys in the big room that are visible to us, meaning BB and Monk, we all remember pre-internet, and there was a guy named Father Maher, and he was somebody in our village, essentially. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That had such an influence. No, not Maher. I'm sorry. Maher was an influence to me and Monk, but it was who preceded Father Charlie, where there was a procession around the block.
Father
Slavic. That's who I was thinking of. Yes. I remember being a child and thinking how amazing it was. Like literally, they carried his casket around the block, and there's like hundreds of people, and I think we totally froze. Like, what just happened?
You're
Are we still on?
No, you're back.
Your audio is fine. Your video is choppy.
Oh, okay, because you guys totally froze. Yeah, but so anyway, so there's that, and then now fast forward to internet, fast forward to digital video, and what we have are memorial services in which I love it. When you go in there, you see pictures of that person, throughout their life, and
Well, now we lost you. That adjustment did it.
Yeah, that knocked him out.
Yeah, it's a good freeze frame though.
It's awesome. So T, you got to kind of experience this for one of your mentors
We were
on a
able,
grand scale, almost like a viewing,
Yeah,
almost
yeah.
like you personally knew him, which you kind of personally did.
Yeah, we lost everything you said in the last minute and a half.
You know, but it was a museum. It was like you had the photos, you had everything, all this memorial, like it was set up. I mean, man, that was just. I remember thinking to myself when you were over there, I was thinking, this is a very serendipitous moment because I know how much Bowie meant to you as an artist. And I, you know, I love you as a brother, but I also love you as an artist. And for, you know, I was like thinking, man, that's such a blessing, you know, like that you're
Yes,
there. Like I was
absolutely.
excited for you.
Absolutely. It was so cathartic. You know, we spent, I think we were there for almost like 6 or 7 hours. Oh, see, there's Ad Hoc, you're about 3 minutes behind right
I
now.
have no audio right now.
You're not hearing
Yeah,
us
3
at
minutes
all?
behind.
What the fuck is going on?
No, see, this is, so we're watching the past right now.
You think we're
We're
When we were
stars.
talking to
Holy
them,
shit.
Babe, I don't have any audio. Do you have audio?
Yeah. Holy crap, we're stars. All right, let me
wave
try
if
to
you can
fix
see
it.
us.
Yeah, I
Can you
can
see us?
definitely see
I don't
you.
think they're in real time.
No, I can
Oh,
see
fuck, they're in
you.
real time.
All right, I got audio back. Yeah, we're sharing like little
There it is.
earbuds and going off of a
Oh,
phone right
I
now.
see. Gotcha. All right, take it. Anyway, yeah, Ad Hoc. Yeah, I'm glad you recognize that was crazy serendipitous. Like there's a pretty strong connection there.
Yeah, man, that's great.
Oh, so that said, very interesting. I haven't shared. The Monk is a part of a new band in Pittsburgh. It's looking like we had our first
I have not understood
first
nothing. Do you hear anything?
practice yesterday.
Why is mine not working here?
And it is pretty Bowie based. There were some jams that were sent to me that I reworked in my GarageBand studio and made songs out of, like from the jams that these 3 musicians sent me. And they were all really psyched. So I came in to their studio and I had a practice with them. And in 2 hours, from just jam to jam to jam, we wrote 7 songs. 8 songs,
cool.
really, but like 7 songs, and just me vocalizing. And I recorded all of them and set them up, and they're beautiful fucking songs, man. And they're kind of like Smashing Pumpkins, Bowie, little Soundgarden, you know, like kind of vibe, like real unique. It's a 3-piece of music on top with my vocals, but they're not afraid to explore soundscapes,
Is this the project with Scott, or is it a different project?
No, this is not Scott. Okay. This is Scott. I don't know what we're going to end up doing, to be honest with you. I'm not sure.
Sure, yeah.
But we haven't had a lot of contact. I've been sending him a lot of my originals, and he's been really busy with this amazing Stevie Wonder tribute to Key of Life, I believe is the album.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Songs in Key. We're going to see that on February 5th. I'm coming in for that. Are you going to be there?
Either.
Yeah, I know Rebecca was planning on being there. I meant to I asked you if you could get off on February 5th to come up to Johnstown with me.
Yeah, this is one individual, Paul Dean Price III, is originally from Oakland, California. He moved here 8 years ago. His daughter was child. She's non-binary as well. She's good friends with Ballin, and so we met that way. But initially, he was going to be working with Scott Jeffries and I, doing more like Brian Eno kind of stuff. And that was his interest in that, and he was really interested in that. And then there was the 2 other individuals that he was meeting with since October, and they had a singer that wasn't working out, and I contacted him, and we were just talking while we were picking up the kids, and I said, yeah, looking for a drummer, still looking for a drummer for this project, regardless. But now I'm looking for a drummer for Black Cat Moan, and and he was like, yeah, we're looking for a singer. Ironically enough, this singer we had is blah blah. And what are you doing? You want to come over? I'll send you some jams. I was like, okay, let's check that out. Maybe it's
Cool.
serendipitous again. Totally serendipitous, because these cats. I sent to the Rev, and I shared with Ad Hoc as well the studio stuff.
I like them.
Yeah, there's pop hooks. It has really great ride. It has a melancholy about it. It's like early 80s post-punk kind of stuff. It's really good. And then Monday when we got together, or Tuesday when we got together, I'm not gonna play any of it for you, but like it's just like holy smokes, the soundscape. And then with me in the room with them, and like scat harmonizing words, it was super easy to start saying, oh, this is the hook of the song. And then 4 bars later, coming back to that and song structuring in real time with 3 other musicians that I only met once before. And they only met, like it was pretty fucking magic. Like a lot of magic. Again, like eight cuts in 2 hours. Like amazing, beautiful fucking songs, man. Great rides. Very melancholy and uplifting, and at the same time, like
it sounds very different than Black Cat Moan, and
it is.
You did a great job, like putting your lyrics in there, man.
Yeah,
and chopping it up.
Bowie in that, definitely.
Yeah, there's definitely, you hear that inspiration, of course. I mean, I hear it in pretty much everything you do.
Yeah, Bowie and Prince.
Cheers.
Which makes cheers.
To Bowie and Prince.
And all our mentors.
And to kill your idols.
Kill your idols, because they're a part of you.
I can say there. What
good question.
Yeah.
You got a question on the tip of your
What?
What?
Oh, you did it!
Keep up some shit. I can't deal with that. I don't know.
It's heavy.
Rev, you just scared Princess Slay.
That's too much.
Just slayed the mind. Slayed the princess. Your mic just went off. We can hear you.
Digital Rev's taking it to the next level. It's probably in her microphone. I don't know. My computer's completely jacked right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. We'll have it fixed by next week. I promise.
Digital Rev has taken over.
Just taking over. Take it over, Digital Rev.
That's so weird. I don't know.
That's so
Here's what it is.
It's just Hornitos, Digital Rev. That was
Hornitos. But is this what we were drinking last week?
Yeah.
Did we drink this much? Like, we drank 3/4 of the bottle.
That's a week. So that's all right.
That's a week between 2 people?
Between 2 people. Yeah.
That's easy.
Oh, yeah.
We're normal, man. We're normal. We're totally normal.
Dude, if you saw how much Bombay Sapphire I go through on a regular basis, it's ridiculous.
Wait, what'd you say, Beebs?
If you saw how much Bombay Sapphire I go through on a regular basis.
Really?
Or rye bourbon.
Can you turn this on?
How much?
I mean, I get a couple bottles a month on it. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. With the double Burnett's, I buy 2 a month.
Yeah.
2 a month. Okay, and you're one person. All right, cool.
That shit don't make me hungover or nothing. It's like that big green, like translucent.
Burnett's, yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
It's wonderful. It's magic.
It's so wonderful. I just wake up and I'm like, oh wow, I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I can't do
besides what I did last night.
I don't know.
Brown liqueurs stick with me and give me hangovers. You know, like the whiskeys and
But this is really
darks.
light. Like this is light.
That's really light. That's
But
nice.
this makes you dance. So we've
Yeah,
been
tequila makes you
dancing.
dance. Tequila. I think it is time to kiss the
Tequila.
They are honest in town, so kiss the So in high school,
Remember, no
BB,
tequila has a worm.
I know it's mezcal, but
Right.
nevertheless,
Yeah.
nevertheless, it's that relative.
It all comes from the agave. I don't know what's the difference.
Puro de agave.
But
100%.
nevertheless, that was our drink of choice that we would splurge on when we were in our late teens, early 20s, was Monte Alban, which is a mezcal tequila. And it has a worm in it, and it was very
Oh, if you eat the worm, you get fucked up.
Yeah, that was the rumor. So we would just pass it around at the party till it's gone.
Yeah,
And then
eat the worm, bro.
we were so fucked up. We would split the worm, and it was
Oh,
boys.
yeah, you'd fight for
Like
the worm.
we would
Whoever
take
bought
it.
the
We would
bottle-
like we would bite the worm in half. And it was.
Yeah,
I was telling her like
yeah,
she's
very ritual.
you would have loved it. Like
Yeah, and then you have to chew it and display. You have to chew the worm, display
that you have it on your tongue, and that you chew it and swallow it.
But kissing the worm, to kiss the worm was another thing.
Right.
You would take the bottle, you would insert your tongue into the bottle, very sexual, and then rise it up, corking the bottle with your tongue until
The worm floats down.
The worm would floats down, and then until it hits your tongue, and then you would flick the worm, kiss the worm, and it would float back up. And when
essentially give you a shot of alcohol,
it dropped about an ounce of the vodka or an ounce of the mezcal into your mouth. So yeah, I think
that's absolutely gorgeous.
The worm.
Monte Alban is in town, so kiss the worm. We would sing that.
And we would
eventually we had the whole party singing that. And like we would just pass the bottle, like it was your turn, and we would pass the bottle, and like, yeah, we had some killer parties.
Yeah, it was wonderful times.
Cheers to Don, even though he wasn't part of those parties, but he was an early contributor to getting us alcohol at those parties.
He was a part of some of those parties.
Yeah.
He was at the original Suntan. He was down around the Suntan as well. Maybe the second.
Oh yeah. They definitely got us the alcohol.
Anyway, yeah, Jeff done. Anyway, here's to all our friends that made really interesting stories to share eternally. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
DV, what's going on? What's happening?
Yeah, it's been all creepy.
Not a whole lot. I've been catching up on sleep. I had to do a little bit of work today, actually, in the middle of my vacation. Just a quick.
Oh, that's right. Your vacation started.
Yeah. Yeah, I just been totally relaxing, doing a little bit of reading, working on a serial killer story I want to write as an actual novel, a full-length book.
Wow, really? You're gonna take out a whole novel?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
Nice.
Why are you so surprised?
I believe in you, baby.
I got a story.
It's because I know what goes into it.
I got a story I want to tell about a serial killer in a different kind of fashion, and so I'll see how it goes.
All right.
I've been working on that. I have a decent bit written already. I have about 13,000 words written down.
12.
How many words per page?
1,000?
12 or 13. Yeah, 12 to 13.
Or 1,500.
No, 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get. You want to get up around 80,000 for a full length. Yeah, thriller novel.
Huh?
So you're shooting for 60 to 80,000. That's all I want to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe in you.
We'll see how it goes. I like
It's
it.
gonna go great. What are you talking about? See how it goes.
Yeah, you never
Yeah,
know. Those fucking
Do you know
books.
who you are? You know who you are.
I'm good enough. I'm
Mhm.
smart enough.
Who is it? I
God
was
damn
like
it.
my 16th award. You know, I'm
Gosh
like,
darn
oh
it.
shit. Yeah, this
People
is
like
yes,
it.
of course, it's his 20th award. You know,
I ain't
you
got
know
no
who you
awards.
are.
I
It's
got no
gonna go really
awards,
good.
man. I got 0 awards.
But you are a beautiful writer. You know it's gonna
Yeah,
go
Yeah.
awards. Yeah,
good.
of the months. Of the months. Anyway,
Awards.
cheers.
Look at the month.
Here's to the creative spirit.
Yes.
That we
Yeah.
definitely the crucible of the big room. We were all
I wish you were
forged
for that.
in
Oh,
the
yeah.
creativity of the big room. We fostered and
Man.
forged each other's mythos. Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah, it's 100% creation.
Mhm. And that forge burns bright to England and to Romania and all over everyone who comes in contact, you know. And,
Now,
and
ad
right
hoc.
now in Ohio, in Columbus, Ohio. Oh
Did-
yeah, ad hoc.
A
How's he
quick
calling
touch
himself?
base on. A quick touch base on. Friday. Are you guys both planning on being there around 7?
Yes.
Nice.
She switched her schedule around,
Mhm.
everything, and it worked. It was great.
Are you guys driving? Are you gonna Uber there? What's happening?
We're gonna have to Uber there because
Yeah, you don't want to drive home. Don't want to drive home after 4
no.
hours of drinking.
No, it's like
I'm,
because I heard Vivi, you paying for his drink. Mhm.
Yeah.
He gonna be
Shit.
out. Whoop, whoop, whoop,
yeah.
whoop, whoop,
So we paying for an Uber, and yeah, I'm gonna actually work that day from 10 to 4.
Yeah,
She
and
works
I'm
11 to 5.
11 to 5.
Yeah.
I got my whole
Dave
shift
will get home at
covered and
6.
everything. I was like, oh, I don't want to miss this.
Dave will get home at 6, and as soon as he gets home, him and me and K Rock will jump in and head over.
That's perfect.
So we'll meet the two of you there.
Yeah, we'll have to try to get to bed early that night, the night prior, so that we get. Well, we'll have to go to bed at like 1.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. It's okay. We'll be ready.
We might be sleepy. I might need to start the night with some coffee.
You gotta get your Irish coffee.
There were many coffee drinks. I looked at the menu, and it's a very great menu.
It's a beautiful menu, yes. You're gonna have to be basic.
I was surprised at how many of those nightcaps had coffee in it, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But it's appropriate considering
What'd you say,
that
Buck?
we both have to work that
Yeah.
early. Like I generally don't work that early.
Did you ask a question, Buck?
Oh no. Ad hoc. Have some matcha. I think you got a big old. Did I get you a tin of matcha back in the day? I don't know if you have some or not left.
I definitely have matcha. No, I don't need a tin of matcha. I have a bunch of matcha. I have not been drinking matcha, but I should get back to
Day.
matcha.
Don't do the coffee. Don't do the coffee. Not that
Okay.
day. You don't want to crash at any point. Just all internal highs. Just go matcha. So
Okay.
So you're saying coffee is better than matcha is better than drinking coffee.
Oh,
Yeah, because it has caffeine, but it's
caffeine
also
has a crash.
antioxidants.
Yeah,
Oh
so
my
matcha
goodness.
is healthy for you. Get you an internal awakening high.
Yeah.
That caffeine does, but there's zero crash.
That's crazy. I didn't know
Systems
that.
go down,
Oh
please
my
back
God.
up and
I
sing
just thought it
many
was like
bells.
some
Make you
TikTok.
spending down in one. Digital
Digital
Rev.
Y'all gotta stop. You need to really
Shut
stop
down
that.
in 15. 50.
Thank you, Digital Rev.
57.
He's gonna do the 30-second thing
Hey,
as soon
Digital
as like
Rev,
it gets to
share
30.
with Life Matrix Rev. Thanks for the responses to the songs I sent him. And I will be sending him some of the live jam songs that we did last night. I think he'll dig them. And,
Awesome.
yeah.
Wow.
Love you.
Do you know? Do you know what is it with about matcha that makes it so much better than coffee?
Yeah, it's blessed from.
Wizard Man! Summoned from the northern realms of Pennsylvania!
What?
Glaydon! All right.
What are you doing?
Hey, oh
That was a good one, BB.
hi.
Yeah,
That's a good one. You fooled me. You fooled me. And Digital Rep was on it.
yeah,
Digital Rep
yeah.
did the countdown.
Yeah, he did.
I had no idea.
Man,
That's good. Get the K-Rock, everybody.
Body of K-Rock. With a hand of K-Rock. Can't wait to see the full face of K-Rock on Friday.
Yes, the face of
Hey!
K-Rock. Until the last time I saw the face of K-Rock, he was so drunk.
Oh my God!
Krampus.
Krampus! Oh, so nice.
Right on. I like the new symbol, by the way, Krampus.
Good to see you, brother.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. How are you, my friend, Krampus? We're thinking on you. Been thinking about you, baby.
Uh-huh.
No Buddha dude it. Oh, by the way, welcome to Bigroom.
After.
Yes, ASMR. It's beautiful. That's beautiful, Tika.
Yes. Well, welcome to Big Room After Dark. It's been a very eventful evening in the Big Room proper. A lot of guests from the Matrix, as well as the
Ohio.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame town of all, Ohio, Cleveland. And we have Ad Hoc Slay. Jafar was
Wait, who came on from Ohio?
Rickety
That
Sizzle
would have
popped by.
been Rickety
No
Sizzle.
way. From Ohio.
Yeah, he was ending his 12-hour day.
Okay, guys.
Great guys, thanks for asking.
What I want
What I wanted though is what's with the Hulk Hogan beard, baby. Yeah, good call.
That's my baby. You look
Awesome.
fresh as fuck.
I gotta look up. I made no association to Hulk Hogan. I'm gonna have to check that out. That's a
Wait,
Hulk
bring
Hogan.
bring you up large on the thing so we can see on our little screen over here.
Genau, fresh
Let's
as
see.
fuck.
You did the chin shave. You did the chin shave.
No,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. It's
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You're like a giant poodle.
Yeah, you like a
now.
giant Susan. It's looking so
You're
soft.
like a strudel. I just want to eat your beard.
I gotta see it. I gotta see a
want
Hulk
to kiss your
Hogan.
chin. I want to kiss your chin through your beard.
So silky.
Now he's kind of
Yes,
incorrect, but I think he's thinking about the stash. I
Ah.
guess.
Yeah. We'll shave a little bit more of it away.
I've seen
and
you
just
wake
make it
up
the
like
stash.
this,
Yeah, I wake up like
That's
that.
and you say,
what I'm
"Bitches,
saying.
drink."
Yeah, that's my facial expression every morning.
No, BB, you looking like a whole snack and a half. Don't even fuck with
Yeah,
it.
much better than the hawk.
This kid,
Mate, TK's
yeah,
big.
carving into.
TK?
Moses came
Oh,
through his
yeah,
beard and parted it in two. Moses.
Mm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is
Yeah,
more of
yeah.
a there's a
Whoo! Sorry.
woo
Whoo!
styling,
All right.
profiling.
What are you feeling? What are you calling it, BB? I think you should do a braid on each side. By the way,
That's what
I
I'm
think you
working
should.
on. That's what I'm working on. I'm
Oh,
working on
great.
yeah.
Oh, the Norrisman. The Norrisman. The
Yeah, like this
Norrisman braid.
A double. Yeah. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
The bass player of the band that I just had relations with last evening. he has a wizard beard. His wife refers to it as his wizard's beard.
Oh, nice.
No way.
Yep, and he has it in a braid, and it's salt and pepper like yours.
Nice.
She calls me. She tells me to bring the wizardry. When she's like,
so funny because
she's
it's
like,
wizardry.
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 I don't see any reason you shouldn't be able to.
Bring it
But
in,
he keeps.
Krampus.
See, this is the thing. Okay, now I have a way about it because I asked him to
You're
do
talking about
it.
facial hair.
Yeah, and it'll look very, very nice because every single time I dye his hair, it goes back to this like dirty blonde that's just like perfect. It's gorgeous. And I also think that like the white that's coming in is like natural and beautiful. So, but
Right
also,
on.
anyway, like grow it out. But he keeps like asking
Oh,
about
that's the
it. But
tough
he
part.
keeps trimming this part right here, you know,
Well, listen,
and it just
Slay.
it's
Listen.
not working. It just looks like
Be
he's
with him.
very
It looks good. It looks
polished.
good. But listen, what?
He looks
yeah,
very polished.
Right. Okay. So there's going to be an awkward time, ad hoc. It just and Slay. There's just going to be that awkward time in between when you're going anything out. It just is going to be awkward. But,
I know
it took a
that,
long time
and
where
we
I was
went through the
trimming all of
awkward
this.
time.
I was taking clippers and shortening the length and trimming underneath. It's just like really long, actually, and you just got to get into the habit of opening the curtains.
Mm-hmm.
Enlarge
All
TK,
these
BB.
like bald spots that I have are covered up with my. It's a mustache comb over, really, because I got a lot of bald spots, really.
But you see, he's not listening. That's the thing. He's not
Don't cut
listening.
it here.
He keeps cutting
I
it
was
off.
doing the Errol Flynn for a long
Yeah.
time. Errol Flynn, and I loved the Errol Flynn. But when I started growing all of this in and growing it deeper down in, like you have a great beard. But
I know, it's so
it
thick.
goes on past my corners actually, and then it naturally goes out and flays beautifully in a.
All right, bring me up, big BB.
I was like, what you talking about? And look, we went through the awkward stage.
I cut it at the smile line.
But he just keeps cutting it.
Oh, you
know what I mean?
And
and also like his beard is so thick, like it's just like thickalicious and stuff. Where I'm like, why don't like just like do it? Like you got the hair to just like do it, you know? But he just keeps cutting
She wants
it off.
She wants me to go full BB.
Well, right on. Well, ad hoc, just know there's going to be the awkward time. Don't cut. Don't stop halfway. Just know you're going to have 2 weeks of.
Picture it with his like really nice smile.
I know, right?
You know, like his nice smile lines, like
and
just
that's the
like
other thing.
his teeth.
So
like it's just gonna look like
beautiful.
So cute. Like it's gonna look gorgeous.
Dye anything ad hoc. Do not choose your natural color. Choose one that's 2 or 3 shades below.
Yeah.
So that if you want to see, I was doing it a little bit because mine was graying like in a weird pattern where it made me look like I was like had bald patches where it wasn't growing in. So I would pick 2 or 3 shades lower, so the whites would be more like a lighter blonde instead of a darker match to everything, which made me look like a fucking crayon or like a professional wrestler.
Oh.
So you go 2 or 3 shades later, so your whites become a blonde, and it blends in nicely. You get that nice.
Yeah,
tonality
because no
to your
matter
beard.
what, no matter how dark I dye it, okay, Tika, okay,
Get it
we're gonna
going.
do that because no matter how dark I dye it, it's just blonde. It just comes back
What's
to
it, man? Summon
Out of beard
from,
talk.
from the deserts of Romania.
Here we go.
Oh,
Oh, looking good in your gi.
Like
Are
it,
you
yeah.
are you in like a hotel robe or a gi? I love it. They're both the same.
I am actually in the hotel room. Wait, let me just
You look great. I love it.
the
Make him
mic.
large,
I thought it was-
BB.
and
Make
I
him
thought it was
large.
a karate gi.
I love the hat too.
Oh,
Yes.
thanks.
Yeah, looking good.
No, not
Wait.
exclusively large, BB. There's one where you can put us on the side.
Hotel room.
But it is. Wait, I cannot hear you guys.
You looking
so
like
well.
a whole snack.
Oh,
The
Thank
hotel
you.
pants.
Let me. How the
You look like you're in a karate robe. Like
No,
I mean,
no.
gi.
He's in
It's
a
called
he's
a
in a
gi. That's what
fancy
I thought.
robe, and he got the messenger
The
hat
derby.
on. He got the
It's
messenger hat.
I don't know why I cannot change where the audio is coming from. It's coming from like when you put the small speaker.
Right.
I want it to come
We
from
hear
the
you.
big speaker, but I cannot change it.
We hear you very well.
Yeah, I know you can hear me, but I hear
other
you, in
movies.
lower volume.
A little bit. But anyway, you look great. I like the Kangol. I like the high end. The high end. What is it? Hotel
He's
Yeah,
room.
living
this
his
actually.
best life.
Let me tell you a funny story about the hotel room. So
Please.
us as the Romanians, not really, especially Romanians, but people in Eastern Europe, when we go to the hotels, we steal shampoos, and then the hotel robes, we take them with
We
us.
do that in America,
Yeah,
babe.
that's
Like we do that
We
every
do that in
day.
America.
Okay, so
We still
we're not
all
the only ones.
we
but,
we pack our suitcases empty just to stuff it with towels. Like
yeah, so that's what we do.
towels.
How are you doing, man? How's everything? How's your day today?
Pretty basic. I've been watching Daredevil on Netflix.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah,
BB is fluent in that.
I finished it today, actually. Wait, let me just quickly search for my headphones.
Yeah, Daredevil. How many seasons of Daredevil are there already, BB?
Has to be like
Three
5?
seasons.
3 seasons.
3? Okay.
3.
You were watching that when I was living with you.
Yeah, that's when it started. Yeah.
Well, he was taking his very long time.
I haven't watched all of them. I watched the first
Yes.
season.
I don't have
And I
my
watched a
fat
little bit
headphones,
of
but
the Iron
Watched a few
Fist.
episodes, and I was
I never
like,
did any
he's
of
like,
the Punisher.
he just makes like the gasoline with his like
or
sign,
Power Man.
Daredevil sign, so perfect. And I was like,
Yeah,
oh
Iron
my
Fist
gosh,
wasn't
I
that
think he's
good.
Stevie Wonder. He's not actually one.
Iron Fist wasn't good. Power Man was pretty good.
He's not
Both
really
the
one.
second season was better than the first. The Power Man.
He's a god among men.
Punisher was good if you like Punisher.
Oh, so now
Daredevil
I
was
think
great.
I can hear you guys now on the.
Oh, good. All right, Krampus.
Is it coming out in echo or is it coming out okay?
No, you're
No.
good. You're good, brother.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's what's up.
That's
Nice.
what's up.
So you watched all the seasons of Daredevil or just the first
Yeah,
season?
all three seasons. It's
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
mildly infuriating. that's that's a word I would describe it.
Okay. I loved D'Onofrio's Kingpin. I loved him as Kingpin. I thought he was a great Kingpin. And I like Baron Thal's Punisher. And there's a
Yeah.
yeah.
But the Punisher, yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I should have expected it since it's Marvel, so everything is connected. That's so Matthew Murdock appears in the new Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I remember when
Yeah,
when I first saw Frank Castle. So I first saw the Punisher, which I didn't know it was after Daredevil.
Right.
And I first saw Punisher, and so I didn't knew what Daredevil as a character. And then when I watched Daredevil and I saw Frank Castle come in as Punisher, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
And then, it's a great show. But what angers me is in in a scene he's beating up like 20 guys, and then in another scene he's fighting Wilson Fisk, and he can barely manage. I mean, like, what the fuck is this?
Well, Wilson Fisk is
I
a
mean,
mutant.
Wilson
I
Fisk
think it's
is
going
a
to come out that Wilson Fisk is a mutant.
I mean, he's virtually superhuman strength. So
In the
even
comic
Yeah, so
books, he's
they
human.
don't explain that in the show.
yeah,
No,
but he's a
I
big.
think it
I
gets
mean,
They
better
didn't do a good job
knowing
explaining it
that
in the show.
he's a mutant. I think he's a mutant.
they'll
A
probably they might go
mutant.
into yeah. He's
Yeah.
a big.
He has
No,
superhuman strength.
he's a big guy. He's got training in sumo wrestling, and and he's rich. You can't beat a rich big guy.
They always
It's like a
have
lot
an
of-
advantage. They have some type of
Big-
advantages.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
Campus, what have you been getting up to in the week? How have you been feeling? All of those things.
Yes.
it's I've been well, actually. I've been enjoying company with
Yeah.
multiple ladies. This is so that's one way I can
Yes.
I
Oh,
can
that's
Right
so
on, man.
great, Reeve.
Good for you,
Are
brother.
you able? I see you're in a hotel room, but are you able to be back in your apartment?
yeah, I'm in a hotel room, but I'm in my home actually. But
Okay.
apartment, the police have yet to I don't know the word for it. I mean, they put the apartment in a seal, and I cannot
Yeah.
enter once.
Outside.
I mean, before they finish the investigation or whatnot.
Right.
So you're your parents' home at this point?
Yeah. I'm actually in my
Yeah.
hometown,
Good.
killing time.
Well, do you feel better like staying with your parents, more
Yeah,
or more so staying at home?
it's been good for me to see my family, my little bro, and then the
Yeah.
all my friends. We came here for about a couple of days. They left back into the cities where they study. I stayed because I can. I mean, I have many places I can stay in Bucharest, but I just don't want to stay at my friend's place. I mean, like, feel like a burden. I must just sit here and wait for the apartment to come back.
Yeah. Right on. Right on.
I just I just felt like I wanted to say this like one little thing. Like I had like an ex-girlfriend die around this time last year, and I'm only like you're 20, right?
Hmm
20, yeah. So like I'm only like 2 years older than you, and it was like my first time because like of course like your elders and stuff they die, but usually it's when you're younger and everything like that. Maybe like great aunts, like great uncles, and stuff like that. But like I had like someone that was in my everyday life. Um, they did pass away in a way that was, um,
Unnatural.
yeah, it was very
Unnatural.
unnatural. They were just kind of like walking outside and they got shot. And
Damn.
for
Wrong
me,
place, wrong time.
yeah, and it's like for me, kind of like getting into like a coming of age, I guess. I never had to deal with um, someone passing that
It is, yeah.
I was very very like close with that was very like an everyday that I see every day, a girlfriend, of mine, and I didn't know how to handle that. I it was just like, yeah, like it was something that like you get told with like your relatives, like, yes, life and death and sexual things and death and things like that. But when it comes to like when you get older and like the people around you, yes, yeah, they're getting married, they're having kids or getting eloped, but also nobody wants to talk about that other thing. And it wasn't the easiest thing for me, but having the support around me, especially my parents, thank God that I have them. They really, really helped me, in that time because I didn't know what to do with that. Where I just feel like everything was like happening all at once, and so I know I didn't say much back at the last week, but
Yeah,
I
it's no problem.
I yeah,
I feel
I
like
just
when you experience something like this at such a young age. Unfortunately, I've been through a similar event with one of my friends before this. I had my first friend that died. That was 18. He was a member in my motorcycle club, and he died in a motorcycle accident. So that was the first event for me that really matured. I mean, I feel like it's not an event you expect to experience at such a young age. You really think that these events like come later on, but life isn't always this. This pink.
yeah.
Statistically, let
It's
me
just
interject.
like
Statistically, people think they're immortal, invincible, any
Mhm.
combination of those until you're about 25. Unless you have somebody close to you that dies. And then it's like a mortality punch in the face. And you have
Yep.
to face the fact that we're all in a temporal mortal coil.
Yeah. So I've been through it. My type of character. I've always found solutions to my problems alone. I've never really needed, the support of other people, and I don't really know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I mean, for one, it's making me stronger, so I can cope with events like this in a, in easier manner compared to my friends. Like they were all crying and being really affected by it. But I stood strong, and I didn't know if it was something wrong with me because I stood so strong, or if it's just, the way I've been shaped up.
I think that
I've had the
it's
same questions
probably.
too.
Oh
I mean,
yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
yeah,
dude, we're gonna talk
I've
about
had the
this real
exact
quick.
same questions where I've gone through from early age up until even recent. Where I don't when someone passes, I don't I don't know. I don't feel
Like you don't have an immediate reaction. Like,
I don't feel that sense of loss the same way
yeah,
everyone else seems to. And I'll still I can still cry over it when I'm celebrating that person. Like when my mom died, I didn't cry at all at her death. I cried when we were celebrating her life and remembering some of the great things that we did, that she did during her life. But
Yeah,
when she passed away, when she died, I was the last. Me and K Rock were the last two people in the family to see her alive. She died a couple hours after we left her the one night in the in the in the in the hospice room. And the last thing I said to her, she was there and she was completely out of it. And she came to and she was like, and she looked around, she saw me and Karen, she smiled, and I told her, I said, "Mom, you can go, just let it go.
Yeah.
You don't need, don't worry about it. You know,
Yep.
it's time to move on. We'll see you the next time."
Yeah.
And then a couple hours later, she was gone,
Yeah.
and everyone was, my sisters are both big criers, but they were crying, and my dad and everybody
'cause
else was crying. I never cried.
everyone has a different way to cope with it. Many persons let it out by crying. I've let
right.
out a couple of tears. There is one time last year when my grandma died, which I cried like I haven't cried this much and this powerful since I was like not even as a kid, I think.
So you're
Uh,
fine then. You're fine.
yeah, so that was the only time I cried like like a baby. That was the only time. In the rest, I don't know. I let out a couple of tears. I cannot hold them all of them. But
Right.
I remember like at my funeral at my grandma's. In the Christian faith here in Romania, when you're getting buried, there is a ceremony before in the church, and then the priests come and start singing. And so one of the
Mm.
priests is actually a relative to us. And
Mm.
man, he can sing so beautiful. And when he started singing, I remember just letting all of it out.
It's like a
I cried like a
Baptist
fucking
church.
little baby. I got my glasses out. I couldn't hold them.
Yeah,
Cries
yeah.
were, tears were falling off. And that
Yeah.
was a wild experience. But then I remember feeling like
Wild experience.
so easy. I mean, I felt like I was relieved of something. I've been holding it because I had I mean, I think I held so strong because a couple of years ago, my grandma asked me, if I die, will you cry at my funeral? And I was like, no, for you, I will hold back the tears. And she would say like, that's good for you. You do that. You try to do that. And so up until that moment, I tried,
Aw.
to be strong for my mom, and
Because you are
my
the
aunt.
anchor, you know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah. But
Where like
in that
that's how I
moment,
felt
the
with
anchor fell out.
like with my ex, like my girlfriend that was like shot down through gun violence, and I was just like, I don't know what to do with this. Like this has never
This is one
happened to
of
me, even and also just like people that you love, like just like kind of just like they're here and then they're just not, kind of like getting used to that, like being older and able to like comprehend those kind of things. And I just learned that it's better to have loved than to have not loved at all.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
also,
Oh,
when
that's sad.
somebody goes, your like subconscious really just like pushes everything up, and you just kind of remember every little thing, like every like thing that like kind of made you happy, that made you extremely upset with that person,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
all of the and
that
all of
didn't
the in
really
betweens that you would
happen with
never
me.
ever thought about because this person is gone. And I think it's so important to remember all of them,
I have like,
because I don't think that like you're ever going to forget all these memories with this person. But I think that all the memories that you have with this person is extremely. I think it's going to be a great benefactor in your life, and the lives that he's been in around him. And it's just something that I think everyone is going to eventually have to go through. But it
Mhm.
doesn't mean that it shouldn't be talked about. It doesn't mean that
Correct.
like talking about it won't make somebody else feel a little bit better about it too. You know.
yeah, talking has worked for me, but like I said, I mean, I usually deal, with my issues just on my own. But talking has helped. It has helped in the sense that I didn't want to hold all this information that I had just with me. I couldn't. I mean, and I felt like it was my responsibility to tell all my friends the truth, and I didn't want to
Hmm.
mask, like like many people were saying after the funeral about my friend, because he committed suicide. He jumped from the balcony, and that's the truth. It's a harsh truth, but it is the truth. So a lot of people started speculating that he actually fell. He got sick and then he fell in some weird accident. And all these, people, when something like this happens, you don't want to believe it at first because, and I've noticed, uh, just like with depression and everything, a person can seem really fine. I mean, he can smile, but beneath his smile, it's I don't know, some dark thoughts, and you cannot see them. I mean, that's what I've felt like angry about, because I couldn't tell, just like
Yeah.
he couldn't give me a small hint that it was something wrong,
Right.
and he gave not no one a hint, actually, not me, not his parents, not no one. I mean, he talked with his parents three hours before he committed suicide.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Mm.
if even the voice of his mom couldn't change his mind, that means his mind was made up.
Did
And
he leave a note or anything? Or
No, he didn't leave anything. I mean, when I first spoke with the police, they said that he didn't leave anything. Maybe he left something on his computer. I don't know. They didn't search it at that time, but from my knowledge, he didn't leave anything. That suggests maybe it was like an impulse, like you
Yeah.
know, he didn't think it through enough. He just like had an impulse, and I was like, "It's go time," and came out the balcony. So that's weird, and I felt like mm, I have mixed feelings about this because on one part I feel sorry that I didn't see a hint of depression or dark thoughts or whatever, but on the other hand I'm actually quite angry at him because he made a selfish act and he acted very selfishly and he didn't think about his parents first and
Yeah.
foremost. And then,
Oh yeah.
to the situation that he put us in, I mean, all his friends, it was like, it's a selfish act. I cannot judge him. I'm not here to judge him, but it was a selfish act. I'm fucking angry at him. And if there is an afterlife, when I find him in an afterlife, the first thing I'm going to is punch him
Gut
in the
punch.
hook with a motherfucker.
Gut punch.
That's my default reaction.
Um,
If it's a suicide as
A
well.
gut punch and then a hug.
Yeah,
That's what
Yeah,
it is.
exactly. No, not a gut punch. I'm gonna look him
right in the
right in
Yeah,
face.
let's go
the
right to the jaw.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
you're not alone in that kind of reaction, dude. Like I totally, that's my
yeah, I
same.
feel like I'm enraged. I need to get
Yeah,
back to the gym ASAP and find a boxing
exactly.
yeah. My default
level
emotion
my
to
rage
that,
out.
my default emotion to that sort of act is also anger. I feel like I want to break something.
Yeah.
I gotta put
Right.
on.
I just feel like
I gotta put on
when
some
it happens,
Pantera.
like it's just like so selfish. It's like how, like, oh yeah, like how could
And I
you
get
do
it though. I mean, I
that? It's
totally.
exactly how you
Yeah.
felt, you know what I
And
mean? It's just like,
I don't
God
get
damn it.
I don't get how people, there are people with real problems. There are people that are fighting diseases that cannot be cured. There are people that lost their entire family. The people with, I mean, real problems compared to us, a couple of students who their only problem is a fucking exam.
Right.
But you never can know what a person is thinking, and some people are weaker and more sensible. One is more sensitive, I should say, and they don't, have the same opinions as me. I may be a little bit too harsh on these things. I don't know. I maybe my way of thinking is different, but I've now realized the importance of professional help, like from psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever. I mean, if you cannot deal with this on your own, if you don't have the strength to go through this alone, don't have the strength to talk about this with, friends or family, you need professional help. Like that's what those people are experts in. So I've now realized what the part of psychology
I
really is.
Oh,
I think that part of something too is to they have to accept the fact that there are individuals out there who, for whatever reason, whether it was some act from their youth or just an inability to cope with something, there are individuals out there who are broken. There's something inside that's broken,
Hmm.
and it because they're broken. It's one of the things where you say, people will often say things like, "Well, nobody. The only person that can help you is you." Like the only person that can help you is you. You have to make the decision to go to the therapist or to talk to your friend or whatever. And there are people out there that have been broken, and that's it. There are some bottles that get shattered that you can't put back together.
Yeah.
I firmly believe this. There are
hmm
some there are some there are some pieces of stained glass out there that they get shattered to the point. I don't care how much time you have, you can't put them back together. They died back when that incident happened. Whatever initially broke them, they just don't they didn't realize it
hmm
until they take their own life.
hmm
And it's a horrible realization, but it's true. It's something that those of us who are here fighting whatever we're fighting on a day to day basis, or trying to help those fight where we can't let that destroy us. We can't let that. We can't get ourselves hung up on that. If there are these individuals out there that this has happened to, we can lament it. We can feel sorrow for them, but we can't take the guilt on ourselves because there was nothing you
No,
or
no.
I or anybody could have done.
Yeah, I've realized.
Yes, of course. No, not ever. You're so right, BB. Like,
Yeah,
you cannot ever think
So
that there was something
one of
that
my
it was
first
about
thoughts
you.
was actually when my neighbor called me and explained to me the incident, whatever. One of my first thoughts was, if I was in the apartment,
right.
I wonder if I could have helped.
Yeah.
But then I thought about it, and I mean, from a rational point, he did it from his bedroom. I was in my bedroom, so I usually when I'm in my bedroom, I listen. I mean, I see movies, and then have like this home cinema audio thing, 5.1, and I
Yeah.
listen to. I mean, I listen to it really loudly, so I cannot hear what he's doing in his bedroom because always the music or the movies are really loud in my room. And so I mean, I thought about it, and I could have woken up with the police at my door, me not knowing what the hell was happening, and I could
Right.
have been a suspect because I
Sure.
was the only one in the apartment.
Oh my.
Sure. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it could have been really fucked up. So I thought about it, and it was better for me that I was away at the time because there was nothing I could do to help him.
No, and even if you had been there and you being there would have prevented him from doing that. It's
He
just
would have found another
it's just a
moment.
delay, right? It's just a
Yeah,
delay.
It
You
was
know,
just,
I thought about that too.
it's just, yeah, that is just like completely terrible.
yeah,
So I'll share another thing, like, with this investigation, because it was with gun violence. Um, it was like a time where me and her, we were dating, and we like kind of got into like a fight, almost like kind of well, in the public, where I was just like, I don't really think that like we're right for each other and things like that. And then the day later, like 12 hours, she like died. So I had like investigators and like personal investigators and police officers and things like that, like going through her phones and stuff like that, and just like kind of like coming towards me about the problem where I didn't know that she died until people told me that she died. So it was like 3 days later, and I was just like, oh
Oh
my
wow.
goodness, this is terrible. And also because I didn't have the nicest things to say about this person, I feel even worse. And also now they're like suspecting me as like someone that hurt this person. And
Wow.
like that was just like so much. I just, just like giving my phone records and everything that I did that day, I just like, it's like when someone really does passes away, it's so hard, it doesn't matter like whatever. People can just like say things, whatever they want to say. And um, I guess they can just become like truth or whatever, but it also like it just makes it so much harder where I lost this person, because I'm sure that everyone has said here like something like, oh, I didn't mean it like that, or I'm like, you just make me upset today, I don't want to see you. But that when someone dies and you send that text to them the day before they die, you automatically like kind of become a suspect. And it's like, you just said that you don't like this person. So we're gonna raid your house and all of your phones and your iPads and all of these things. And it's like kind of like something that is just like so tragic where I love this person and also you're kind of like trying to pin it on me. I know you're doing your job, but that's how it feels like the day after I realize that are dead. See, right? It's just like,
Wow, sister.
geez,
Wow.
like, and so
Okay.
like that was like the brevity of it. And also like me realizing that the day before her birthday, she came over my house and I did her hair and her makeup and all these things and we went out and everything like that. She came to my house and got champagne and she was just like kind of complaining about like, I don't think this birthday is gonna be like very good. And I was like, why are you saying that? Why are you saying that? And I just tried to make it as good as possible. And then the next day she did pass away and it made me feel like, oh, I guess maybe she was right. Like she just predicted that something was gonna happen. And then like everything that she like touched and had her like lips on, like the champagne glasses and the bottles and everything, I kept in my room for like a month. I didn't move it at all because it just reminded me of her, like her
It's a
clothes,
connection to
everything. Like
vibrational
I just,
reality.
yeah, I was just like I couldn't like understand the brevity of how fast you can move someone. And Krampus, like, I think that you're just like handling this. So it's just it's very like mature of you, almost like you're like 20 years like older or something like that, or whatever it was. Where you're just like, oh yeah, but like I think that you are kind of like that anchor in your family where you kind of expect that person to um, not have almost not have those feelings because you have to take care of other people. And that's how I felt in that moment, especially with someone so close to me, you know.
Yeah, it's actually one of my things was always I try to I have like this I assume this role of protecting people that I love, and
Yeah.
I've always done this like with my family first and foremost, and then with my friends who I care about. So my first thing was not grieving for my friend, was consoling my other friends. So that was my first reaction to it. That's a
Hmm.
thing I've always done, is protecting the people I care about. And I don't know why I assume this role, but it's always been with me.
I
Dude,
think it I
that's
think it's
healthy.
some yeah, yeah. I think
That's
it's
it is
just
healthy and mature because like that's fucking awesome. Like actually, like the fact that you can see outside your own ego, because I mean, our first protective mechanism is ourself, and
Yeah.
sometimes a lot of people get too caught up in themselves. But what makes life living is what makes I don't know. I mean, to me, I have to say, it's like you can go through life just with your ego. You can. It's a choice. Everything's a choice. But when we invite people in and you share, man, it expands your ego
yeah.
into your it, and then like you become larger than yourself, and you're more of that, and like and there's a lot of self comfort to but like just sharing with somebody and understanding, man, I I feel this way, but this person feels this way too. And and so it's a reaffirmation and your clan grows and you're not clan's a terrible word. Your what's the other
Tribe,
word? Tribe.
tribe.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
You know, and that's what it is. And there's the realization that I'm not alone in this feeling, in my human body, in my mortal coil, and we all share these feelings. But man, sometimes it feels good to fucking share, and we don't want to share, and it's painful to share. But when you do, it's like it's such
painful
a
and embarrassing and just sad and everything. But like it's like this
and for
breaks,
you
literally
guys,
cement breaks just coming off of your shoulders, and then you're not the only one.
yeah.
Like,
And for you to be 20 and her to be 22, we're all more than twice your age. Of course, we went through similar things at those ages. There's always more growth, but your realizations at this, and I love that the both of you are like acknowledge that you acknowledge both of. I hear both of you, and both of you say, at this age for me to go through this. And I don't know if I've ever had that realization. Like I was just I don't know. I just never gave age like much of a consideration. It's like
Yeah.
I was what? What do you say?
I agree with you because it's
Ad
it's that
hoc. Yeah.
now with my generation. I feel like we have this. We live in a privileged, time. It's the most peaceful time, except for the thing. I don't know if you heard about what Russia is doing, trying to do,
with
or
Ukraine.
yeah, Ukraine. So Ukraine is right at the border with my country. So the city I was born in, the city I'm in right now, is maybe 80 or 100 kilometers from Ukraine. So this is happening like right next to me. So
What is happening?
Russia has
There's a
got
big military buildup happening right now
yeah,
on the
in Russia,
border between Ukraine and
NATO, and
Russia.
then the U.S. got involved because Romania state, and so the the French people and German people and the U.S. has sent troops into Ukraine because they think that Russia is preparing for an invasion, and the situation is really unclear at the moment.
Ukraine used to be
Wait. For what point though? What's their why?
Ukraine used to be a part of Russia back when they were
Yeah,
the
I
Soviet
know.
Union.
Yeah.
I mean the whole point is
What do they
Ukraine has
want?
was part of the Soviet Union, and so now in he's trying. I mean, there are two sides.
Well,
Some
let me just boil it
some
down. It's what it comes down to is the 2% bullshit. It's the bullshit of the 2% of what they want versus what the 98% of what we want.
yeah,
98% of humanity wants. But the
so
2%, we
actually,
want land, we want control, we want power, and that's
yeah,
what's fucking going on.
Ukraine.
And we're willing to sacrifice your lives to get what we want. And that's
Ukraine.
what it boils down to.
Always.
Ukraine, as most ex-Soviet Union, is I mean, maybe it's like split in half. So there's the western part of Ukraine, which has the majority of people that identify more as Russian than Ukrainian, and there's the eastern part of Ukraine who identify as Ukrainian. So Putin is, that's why he invaded Crimea a while back, because there were a lot of people that sided with him, and that's what he's trying to. So I mean, people are saying that he's bluffing. He's just want to shake things up, and people are saying that he's not bluffing. He's actually trying to invade Ukraine, but it's a shaky thing. I mean, we'll see what will happen. I hope that it will not come to war because that's the least thing I want.
All of our economies are fragile and based on war profiteering. They realized in World War II that economies can be strengthened through war. And the people in control, the 2%, the 3%, the 10%, whatever the fuck they are, they profit because they own shares, and sometimes majority shares, in companies that build bullets and build tanks and make this and make that for war. And they're war profiteering. So their whole thing is to beat the fucking drums of war and to get us to hate each other for shit that's fucking stupid. Because they prey upon our stupidity. And
one of one
it
of the
could
things.
be
I
because
mean,
you sound different than me, because you look different than me, and usually that's
And you have something that I need. You look different. You sound
yeah.
different.
You sound different. You look different. Yes, but really, yeah, exactly, TK. You have something that I need.
Baba.
So let me strike the
Yes,
drums
sure.
and make everybody.
Jesus.
there is there are a few things that I fear. Oh, I all of them, but one thing that I fear is guns. I've never,
I
I
agree.
mean, I went to shooting
I agree.
ranges and I shot guns or whatever, but
Too.
the thought that people have access to guns for me is terrifying because I'm the type of guy I can fight 20 guys at a time. It's no problem for me. You know, this is I mean,
You
I grew
say
up.
30 guys?
What?
How many guys? Did you say I can fight 30 guys at a time?
Yeah, I can. I mean,
Fun.
that's a thing I would do. So I grew up in this. Growing up in Eastern Europe in Romania, you gotta fight. It's in our blood, and I've been doing. It's no problem for me to fight with my hands. It's not a natural. I mean, it's a thing that I've been through. But thinking about guns and thinking about people that are cowards that can get access to
I
guns,
agree.
that's what terrifies me. So that's actually my biggest fear of coming to the US, because when I come to the US, I will no longer be able to solve different situations like I do here. I mean, in here, if a guy picks on me or on my friends, I can just always go to him and knock him out, and the situation's over. But there, I mean, in your country, the people have really easy access to guns, and the thought that I will go to up to someone and confront him, and then just pulls out a gun and shoots me is, I mean, terrifying to me.
Correct. Correct. One thing that I always, I've told my children is that, when they do this or, play war, or hold a gun or point at it in a joking style of killing, that it is not a joke. And the thing is like, what is a gun made for? Why do guns exist? Period. Why do guns exist? It's not target practice.
Yeah,
It's not to feel better about your insignificance.
it's to end
It's to
other lives.
kill.
Yeah,
It's to kill. The only purpose of a gun is to kill something. And whatever you put those four letters into of kill is to stop a situation that you don't understand, that you want power over, that you whatever. And it is a single momentary response of something you don't understand. Fear is fear. I tell my children this all the time. I have for years. Fear is something you don't understand. Period. And if you can't understand something or rationalize or come to grips or come to physical contact with, it becomes something outside of yourself. It's a decision, and it's too quick of a decision.
yeah. So the problem
There's
is
no
not.
thought behind it.
The problem is not that guns exist. You cannot change that. The problem is, the people who use it, who
Oh,
use
yeah.
them. Because if
Yeah.
there were like, I mean, in your country, for me, it's not a common thing to someone that has a permit, because it's actually a really hard process to own a gun legally, and you cannot really use it in a situation here. But for me, like considering when I thought about the U.S., I don't get how people have that kind of access. I mean, it's really, really easy to buy and legally own and use a weapon. So what is that?
Trent Reznor and Bowie.
It's a video called "I'm Afraid of Americans." It's a song by David Bowie, and it's a British man living in America. How fear is instilled in our society to create warriors, and everywhere around us is a fear of that it could be taken at a moment.
Mhm.
And so they show like, Johnny is an American, like, at the everyday man, and people kind of these hand solutions. It's so
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah, I've always been. I mean, it's not a good thing when I say that. I mean, I'm used to fighting and I'm used to bar fights or whatever. It's not a good thing, but it's a thing I'm accustomed to because the way society works here, it's kind of if you get picked on, you are supposed to do something, to act on something. But I always thought like coming like if I knock a guy out, he's gonna wake up. He's gonna wake up and go back to his home or whatever. He's gonna reflect on what he did, and then maybe he's sorry, maybe he's not. But if you shoot a guy, the chances of him not waking up are significantly bigger than me knocking him out.
There's no conversation anymore.
Yeah.
Something so fast, something so not thought out with impulse.
It's the ease the problem. It's the ease. I can't remember what comedian it was, but there's a comedian that does a bit on it where they're like, hey, we wouldn't have this problem with guns if we were still dealing with flintlock pistols. I mean, the problem is that someone pulls the gun out, and everyone's got that. I mean, I've seen it in how many people. I've seen it in my friend. And there's something that enrages you,
Mhm.
and you can see the individual lose their faculties for a moment.
Yeah.
Maybe they punch a wall. Maybe they yell or scream or something.
Or fall backwards into a puddle.
Or fall backwards into a puddle
Oh
and
shit,
splash
that's
around
gonna be the last of it.
maniacally.
That is this that
you know,
is
I,
terrible.
I,
and,
I mean,
I swear to God, if I did,
and,
I
I'm
and,
understand
answering
the
all of you.
concept of self what's it called uh, uh, what's the word for it?
Self-delineation. What is
No,
it? It's like
no, no.
deprecation.
When you are in a, I mean, not all people are taught how to fight. I mean,
right,
I've been practicing kickboxing, so I know how to handle a situation like this. But there are people like, I mean, women, children, and men that don't know how to fight and are weaker or someone. And self-defense, that was the word that I was looking for.
sure, sure,
So
sure.
I understand the concept of self-defense for people that are, they cannot handle physical contact. But it's one thing to have self-defense, like maybe a pepper spray or a taser. I mean, non-lethal.
Yeah. Oh, you're completely right. Yeah, you're
And
completely
yeah,
right, Krampus.
if lethal self-defense, that's a whole nother thing. And I think like with the Axis, if you guys have like lethal self-defense, the process in which you can acquire such a weapon that it's that's lethal should be much more thorough than it is right now. I mean, you gotta have like a psychological test and
I
you
mean,
know
yeah, because
which-
like I'll just give you an example. Um, like being in middle school, yeah, again, like I said, was very bullied. I was very much bullied by like a lot of people. And like when I would swim, I would have like, algebra, physics, and stuff like that, and I would swim afterwards. But like I told my parents that like, hey, I'm like being bullied and stuff. Um, and they would just tell me like, okay, after you swim, you need to make sure that either you don't swim or you swim with shoes on. So, like, if I'm in the locker room, I just always made sure that I had shoes on because I didn't know who was going to like come up to me and like try to hit me. And I didn't want to be that person that was like slipping and stuff. So, I always just had to have like shoes on. So, I would always like get out of like swimming or things like that. That's anything that's slippery because, like there are just like certain things that you have to do when you have to do it. Um, so like, yeah, I totally like, I feel that with that because some people like don't understand. what you are saying, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to convey, and all of that. But you kind of have to like, I'm not gonna like stand here and like get like beat up. I'm not gonna stand here and just like get like walked all over. Like it's just like one of those things where you always have to be ready. But why do you always have to be ready? That's the real question. It's
Correct.
like,
Yeah, because
why do
we
I
are
always
people.
have to
We are
feel like I
human
need to
beings.
have my keys in between my fingers,
Or my fist be powerful to defend me, or my keys, or
or
or a gun,
yeah,
What
or a
environment?
knife.
or my
What
man have
environment am
to
I allowing
like,
myself to live in?
fuck another man up, or something like that. It's just like little things like that that just like builds up where you always just feel like you're just like unsafe for no reason. Like I can't even like swim my own school because or get undressed in my own school without like shoes on because I feel like someone's gonna like try to hit me or something,
It's the
And I
environment.
know that
Remove
men
yourself
feel
from the
that way
environment.
too. I know that, what I mean? It's not just like a girl thing. It's just like
It's not.
kind of like like who's the alpha here? Who is
It's
going to
alphas and
like make
outsiders.
me? Yeah, the
Individuals
outsiders
versus
are here and the alphas
individuals.
are
He's
here
gonna try to
and
dom me out.
yeah, and like
And
I
what's
just
my response to their doming?
no, I could never, ever, ever get beat up because if I did ever, because I'm so smiley and I'm so nice and stuff like that. So people will always take that as weakness. Like you are so smiley and nice. Everyone here is so smiley and nice. So it's just like people just
Yeah.
like take it as like, oh, they won't punch me in the face. But it's like
Yeah.
I would never have done that unless my parents told me that I can do that. Like that I'm like allowed to do that if someone hurts me physically. And I was like, but why would I hurt them back? So like I had like a confusion with that and stuff. And I was just like, well, if someone hurts you, like they're just gonna keep hurting you. Can
Yeah,
it be
and
like it could be like a relationship, a friendship, anything. It doesn't necessarily mean that you should hurt them back, but I think like what is the difference between like hurting certain people and not hurting other people? Like that's like the thing
Well,
that
those
I
were the two
was
words that Krampus came back to, and that was
yeah.
self-defense.
Yeah, I mean, I
yeah,
I
think
was
because
like
one of the things,
who should
imagine,
I
so
hurt
He
back and who
defended
should I just
himself.
like
yeah,
forget about?
when I go to the gym, imagine, so we do kickboxing, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, MMA, and I'm in a room with a bunch of guys and girls that our sport is based on causing physical harm, and it's teaching us how to engage with other people. So I know ways, and I'm trained in this, and how to physically harm you. But
Hmm.
there's a big
Well, it's
difference.
not
We
just
use it as a sport.
it's not harm. It's how to dismantle you quickly.
Yeah,
How
I
to
yeah.
think that's where he's going.
Yeah. Let
disarm you.
me
Yeah.
finish my idea. So
Right.
always, I have a friend who is a professional MMA fighter. He's a really, really, I mean, when it comes to just contact sports and physical, you know, harm. He's
Altercation.
really a really dangerous guy because he can do multiple things, not just stand up and fight like I do in kickboxing. He can also take you to the ground, and you know he does judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He has all these methods and all these options in which he can subdue you. But he always said to me, he's like, he was like, Sebi, do you notice all the people here? And I was like, yeah. I mean, he told me, all of us here, when we go and have a fight on the street, the majority of times we are gonna win because we are trained to do this. And if we come across a person who isn't trained, the starting, the edge comes to us because we're training in this, and this is our sport. But that doesn't mean that with great power comes great responsibility. So that's one thing. most of them, even though they are really good fighters, are the most calm people I've ever seen. Like really calm
Yes.
and composed and
That's
really just like me. I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, from my interactions with you, you can see that I'm a really calm guy and easygoing
No, I
and
wouldn't see
really
it, but
happy.
I believe it.
Yeah, that's me. That's who I am. So, but for
And I
certain
fucked
people,
up. And I fucked up once where I'm
yeah,
like,
for certain
because
people,
I got so
this
used to
easygoing.
fighting.
Let him finish. And then
Yeah,
you
like
go.
I got so used to fighting where like this one girl was like, I can't fight you. And I was like, well, I was like, but why? And this is like middle school. I was like 12 and stuff like that, like trying to defend myself from bullying and stuff.
With zero
And
training.
I was just like, oh no. She was just like, she was like going to boxing classes. She was like going to garage. She was like, there's no way that I can fight you. And I have no idea why. Because like she was just like, of course, saying things, and I wanted to um like not smile as much, but I couldn't. I was always smiling. It was
Hmm.
just one of those things where I just thought that I was like, okay, if I don't like exert my dominance, then I am going to probably like get jumped or something like that. And I'm not a bad person, as you can tell. So
It's
it
it's
was
not
just
it's not
like,
about being a bad person. Let me tell you. Let me
yeah,
finish my idea. What I was trying to say is, with certain people, calm and easygoing is not the option. So I
yeah.
don't I don't really like the dark side of me. I mean, when people try to
Hmm.
confront not me, but most of the times they try to confront my friends because I'm not a when you see me like I'm not the type of guy like you want to confront or anything. But I have friends that are smaller physically than me, or girls that really really nice, that are really beautiful, and then guys. I mean, some guys just come up to them and smack their ass or whatever they think they can do to them, and then for some people I have to change my demeanor. I cannot be the same calm and easygoing guy with everyone. So if someone slips up and does a mistake, then the dark side of me has to come out because that's just
Yeah,
my
that's
mentality. I
exactly
cannot
what
stand
I'm
by.
saying.
Yeah, I cannot
I'm
stand by
like,
and watch
oh
that.
my gosh. I was like, why do you want me to hurt you right now? Like, it just makes
Yeah.
me, and like every single time that I did have to exert my dominance, even now, even with men, especially, and with women, especially. It's not like, oh, it's one gender or another. Like, it's both. Where I just feel like, why did that even have to come out? Where, like, I tell you how I feel in a very nice way, but you see it as something that is very not dominatable or not
Yeah, because words unfortunately cannot solve every
respectable.
situation. Sometimes
Yeah.
violence is necessary in some situations. I had situations in which I avoided violence, and I could have. I mean, I went to just talk with the guy, and he ended up reasoning with me. But there are some people who are just so uh, worked up and so violent in nature, even though they don't know. They usually pick on people uh, which they know they can beat, because I've never seen this type of guys or people come into
Mm-hmm.
martial arts, come in kickboxing lessons or what I
Oh
do,
yeah.
because yeah, they don't have training, and so when they come across someone who has training and someone who can physically harm you, even though they don't seem like it, just like me, it's
Mm-hmm.
like it's a whole nother thing.
Oh, there are people out there like you said.
O bună dimineața.
Oh, we
So
have a sibling.
Yeah, my little brother.
Yeah, we know him.
Yeah, he
right.
just woke up because it's 7 a.m.
Good
He's
morning.
going to school.
Oh, good
What's his
morning.
You
what's his
been up all
name?
night? Have you been up all night, Sebby?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Silence. Look at his face. He just woke up.
Let's see his
Morning.
face.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, what
Good
grade are you
morning.
in?
This motherfucker is
Tell
speaking
me.
English in 7 a.m.
It's
7 a.m.
He's yelling in the
What
full
grade
house.
though? Because I was going to
Make him
classes at
larger,
that
BB.
time.
Same eyebrows.
He's on.
What grade?
Oh, he's in the 11th grade.
Oh,
So
he's
what's that?
11. Oh,
It's like
He's going to
11.
prom this
That's
year.
right.
That's so
Junior.
nice.
yeah, he has one more year in.
That's so lovely. Oh my goodness.
What's it called? Sophomore?
Junior.
Junior.
Yeah, it's
Junior,
no, it's
junior, yeah,
actually
junior,
junior. It's not
junior.
sophomore, it's junior
Yeah, yeah.
in the United States. And then senior year is like the ooh, you know what I mean? So I
Yeah,
went
the
to
last year, and
prom.
then you
I
go to
went to
college.
prom in my junior
Early
year and I wore canary yellow. Canary yellow with
Yeah, I miss waking up going to school. Now the whole school I do is online, fortunately.
no, I like to vote, baby. I like to vote.
I don't like I don't like being an adult. I wish I was in my high school years.
No, I
Life
mean,
was
yeah,
just
the high
While I was
school's
going through my
great, but
high
I
school,
like voting. I like to vote. Voting.
what's
Like,
with the weird obsession of loving how to vote? I-
it's
when I
votes
go,
definitely
and
having an
taxes,
effect
you know what I mean? Like
damn.
it's just like
in the
things
greater
that
world. Being effective in the
I
greater world. Bigger picture.
You have to do it. You fix it. I can't fix it.
When I remember when I first went to vote when I was an adult at 18 years old. I remember looking at the options that I had, the political parties, and I remember thinking, okay, so there were like 7 or 8. I remember thinking like, okay, so the first 5 are all old people that come from communism. I was like, definitely not. So the first 5 options, like fuck out of here. I'm not gonna vote for
yeah.
you. And then the other 3 options was like a young political party that's more forward thinking and has this Western way of thinking and implements a whole lot of stuff. But then again, they also have like this a lot of weird, very weird ideas. I was like, okay, those are young, those are my generation, but they have weird ideas. And then the other 2 political parties, those like they were really small. They were really, just coming forward with, their ideas. Like, okay, these people are extremists. They want union with another country, Moldova, which is
Yeah,
close
yeah.
to us, but that can never happen. It's like I was like, Jesus, I really have no viable option, no good option for my country. It's like I ended up voting with the young guys, even though I don't agree with all of their ideas. They have some ideas that are good, but you know,
Yeah.
again, they bring the whole thing like the cancel culture and all of the bad things that are from Europe and US.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't
Yeah.
like to vote. I don't like. I go to vote because if I don't vote, then you know, it's not. I always thought about it. There are a lot of people that choose not to vote, but then I think you cannot complain about the country and how it's going and the corruption if you stand by and just look and do nothing.
That's exactly what we're saying in
Yeah.
America. So with this last election, with like, Trump was really, 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 really about to get elected again. But when it comes down to cultural and social ideologies and stuff like that, like Black people, or African Americans, really don't vote, and they don't really think that their vote counts. And with this election with Kamala, and there were some
I am.
things,
I am
there
assuming
were
you guys
some
voted
things
for Biden.
said, some things with.
So,
I'm so embarrassed. Where I'm like, it's who's the president?
did you
Jeff.
did you guys vote for Biden or I'm assuming you voted for
No, it's
Biden,
Joe
right?
Biden. Yeah, his name's Joe.
Yeah,
I promise you, my
you don't seem to be
generation
like the
is
people who
great.
voted for
I
Trump.
promise you, but like I haven't heard anything like past like the 4 years of Trump. You know what I mean? Like I was like 16 when Trump was elected. You know what I mean? So I was like, oh,
But
MG,
I don't
like it
know,
was like a whole thing,
is
But
Biden
like
like a
when
really
like being like an adult, I haven't heard shit. And I feel like I don't really need to follow the news, but I should follow the news. But also like I don't feel like he's doing a bad job. Like I feel like he's doing like
who,
pretty
Trump?
great. No, what
No,
the
no.
fuck? No, he's
You're talking about
gone.
Biden.
No, we're never even gonna say his name ever again.
It's like
Joe
Voldemort. You
Biden
cannot
and
speak his name.
Kamala Harris.
He who
Joe
must not be
Biden,
named.
Kamala Harris.
Voldemort, yeah.
This, I don't even
Yeah,
know
but
because like
that's
Joe
my.
Biden,
I have a
Barack
question.
Obama, and then Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and
I have a
also
question. I have a
like he's
question.
not like a terrorist.
Go ahead, Krampus.
Okay, so my my question is, do you guys think that Biden is like a good option, or was he a good option compared to Trump?
The second one.
Yeah,
The second one, right?
Yeah.
That was my way of thinking, because even though Biden was elected, I always thought like people in America voted for Biden because he was running against Trump, and most of the
The
people.
flaw and the main flaw in the American system,
It's a two-party system. You need
yeah,
more than two
it's a
parties.
you're
Yeah, Republicans and Democrats, right?
yeah, Republican Democrat. I mean, technically, there's you're. By the way, we're not hearing you. It's like
She muted
Really?
herself.
yeah, you're
No, there's
muted.
not a mute button. I think you became disconnected. But nevertheless, go ahead, BB. It's true.
Yeah, the flaw is that it is inherently a two party system. They try to make
Duality.
sure it's
Anything
not,
based off of that.
but the way that the electoral college and the way that everything is set up, it's designed to be a two party system, which means regardless of who else is running and how great their ideas might be, if they can't convince one of those two major parties to get behind them, we're not going to have an option to vote for them in any meaningful way for president anyway. Um, so
Hence Bernie Sanders,
yeah,
who
Bernie
should have.
Sanders.
He was the logical. Anybody with a thinking mind would have voted him
Yeah,
in years ago.
Bernie Sanders seemed all right to me as well
Yeah,
from my
Mhm.
perspective and
during
my.
the during the
But
primaries,
fucking they got shut down by the Democratic Party.
yeah, during the
He
primaries,
would have
that's
he would have beat Trump. He would have beat Trump.
yeah, he would have beat Trump. I mean, he definitely would have beat Trump. I mean, Trump would have tried to drum up the whole socialist thing and tried to make people afraid of him. But it only would have taken one debate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the things I noticed about Trump, and I mean, I really don't have a way of seeing what's happening there, because I'm right here, and I cannot see the outcomes of presidents being elected. But I mean, from the media appearances and the way he's speaking and conducting himself, I can like make up like a sort of idea of the person. And the thing I noticed in Trump was, for a president to be that, not crazy. I don't know if crazy is the word
yeah,
for it, but he was
Close.
really, he didn't speak like a president. I mean, for a person with that much power, he should have been like really, more. I mean, I get the whole idea that he was sincere or whatever, but uh, I seen in him what I seen in Putin.
sure.
So they have like those crazy. Even though Putin is more calm and collected, that's because he was an ex KGB member.
Right.
So that's because he was thought to be calm and collected. But when I mean, from my point I mean, from my perspective, Trump was really Putin, but without the training. So
Right?
that was what I was thinking.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was like, damn, this
Trump was
Slay is
raised.
really trying to talk to us,
We
but
can't
we
hear you,
cannot hear
Slay.
her.
Your mic is off.
Yeah, we're not here.
Go
You
ahead,
can see
Hugo.
the disappointment in her eyes. She really tries to tell us something.
Some,
Speaking in signs,
Yeah.
right on a paper or something.
is it maybe in your earpiece or something? Your microphone got turned off.
Yeah, get a ad hoc to fix him.
Yeah, something with your microphone got turned off. But what I was going to say was that Trump was raised for most of his life in an environment where nobody told him that's a bad idea.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
because he grew up rich.
Yeah. You know,
So
okay, now
he had
look at,
a bunch of yes men next to him.
yeah, and so he got raised in that situation, and therefore he wound up actually believing that he was super intelligent because every idea he came up with, he was told how great an idea it was. And there's only one, the one thing that I can't believe nobody pointed at enough with Trump was, listen, if you fucking if you have enough money and you create a casino and your casino goes broke, then you're a fucking idiot. I
He
mean,
did?
like, yes, he made the
What
Taj
the
Mahal,
fuck?
and
How
he
can a
had the,
casino go broke? They
he
make
had
a bunch of money.
he had the Taj
Yeah.
Mahal in New Jersey. Nope, you're still muted.
Look at Slay. She's so disappointed. She really
Yeah,
is trying to say something.
we still
And we
ca-
can.
we still can't hear you. We still cannot hear you, Slay. Cannot hear you.
I have to bow out,
Someone
boys, and it's
sabotaged
getting
him.
late for me.
Right. But
By the way,
yeah. But no, he had the Taj
I love
Mahal,
the conversation.
and he wound up with it going bankrupt because he tried to invest money that he was making and other things, and wound up with the casino going bankrupt. So that's a problem. I mean, that's a
Wow.
problem.
It is. How can a casino go? I've never really
No, it doesn't happen
seen a
unless the
casino go
bar.
bankrupt. It's
Yeah,
usually
it's a
making
cash cow. It's a cash
yeah.
cow. Yeah. But yeah, that's the guy we want in our country.
He's a car salesman. Hey, everybody. Much love. I gotta bow out.
Car salesman.
Enjoy. He
Mostly,
was.
yeah.
He was the simple minds are attracted to the loud talking individual, and anybody that knows anything knows that the loudest person in the room is the one that has
Right.
the least
Yeah.
amount to actually say. They have the least
Right.
amount of intellect, and so they fight with their words. They fight with their loudness to be heard because they're just based off of fear. And then if you watch any of the debates, it was anybody with half a sense of mind
Yeah.
would see who was actually the inferior of the two human beings on stage. And the one who was the most inferior would interrupt, couldn't understand the rules to allow somebody else to speak their mind. And so they would interrupt and shut down, and then immediately, if this, then that, and if this, and pointing outwardly instead of actually saying, look, I am a intelligent, calm human being, and this is what I plan on doing. It's, well, you can't. And those that are still addicted to the mindset of confrontation for entertainment and not self-discipline those who feel that they have fear in their hearts of things that they don't understand, and that's all that fear is something that you don't understand, like people of a different color, of somebody who needs to be on the other side of a fucking wall that needs to be built, instead of actually having a conversation of understanding, because they don't have an intellectual background to have themselves as an individual worth being understood, looks to Trump as a leader because he has money. And those who have a mindset of slavitude will look to those that have money to tell them how to be a good servant instead of how to be a good individual, to be their own master. There are some people that have the mental capacity that want to be the best goddamn servant, that their tribe of looking of likeness will allow them to be. Period. They
Yeah,
don't see that as anything else except being a good fucking servant.
and those
Simple lines.
people, their solutions to problems are hearing what validates their own feelings.
Correct.
Like that's what the solution is. They don't want to be told, you know what? It's virtually impossible for us to build a reasonable wall
But they did it
along
in
our
China 1,000 years
years
ago.
ago, and it was easy. And they
And they
kept
did.
everybody out. That's why there's 1.7 billion Chinese people right now. It's because of that wall. They ain't got people
Propagated it perfectly.
propagated.
Yeah, but we don't want to do it with them. Fuck China.
All right, yeah, fuck China. We don't want to do that. We can do better than them. But yeah, I mean, but that's what they need. They find, security in
Security.
hearing. Yeah, they find security from fear in hearing a validation of their feelings. That's what it is. They don't need someone to explain to them. You know what? It's they're not taking our jobs. They're taking jobs that none of you or none of us want to do in general. They're happy to work these jobs that you don't want to do. You don't want to be the one, you know, cleaning out the pigsty at the farm. There's people coming over that are happy to do this work because what they do back in their country. They're fine with that. There's not like there's millions of people from whatever country.
Want to be a CEO.
Yeah, they
of a
want to be the
business.
CEO.
I never understood this idea that immigrants come and steal jobs.
Yeah, of course.
That's what the British are accusing us as Romanians that we do in the UK when we come there. There are a lot of Romanian immigrants there, and a lot of newspapers actually write this about us. Romanians are coming in the UK and stealing
Yeah,
our jobs. Like, no, motherfucker, we come to work. You give us work, we're gonna work. What the fuck?
yeah. I mean, the UK is under a very similar uh, uh, teeter totter as America is right now in terms of
Yeah, yeah.
their political belief system. I mean, the whole Brexit thing was
That was the worst move for
it
them.
was
They're gonna
ridiculous.
realize it in a couple of
There's a
years.
there's a great movie. It might be called Brexit. I don't remember. It stars Benedict Cumberbatch, and it's a really great movie. It details. It's all taken from court documents and people's memos and stuff. But it details the guy who started the Brexit movement and how he knew from the very start. He was like, "This is based on nothing. We have no numbers. We have no statistics. We have nothing
Yeah,
to back this
it
up
was
with.
a huge case of misinformation,
But
and
we can do it. We can do it."
I gotta shut down. Continue the conversation. It's very important. I would love to stick around, but this is going to start impeding into my tomorrow.
And you're
I
coming.
love
You're
you
swinging
guys
by
so much.
on Friday. What time are we expecting you, Mark?
It's looking very good that I could be there like after 7.
Okay, between 7 and 8.
Yeah. I got to take the kids about 45 minutes in one direction and then come back. And yeah, I got to set them up closer to their bedtime
Sure.
in a good situation, and then drive 45 minutes to the show. So I'm going to be like 7:30.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Krampus, love
We'll be
you.
there.
You're an amazing human being, and I'm proud to know you. And I'm very thankful of how you are doing in the situation that you've been presented in the past week. Just very impressed by you as a human conscious soul. BB Rumble, the reason why we've been friends for 43 years is because of the same intellect. And I'm empowered by the two of you by having conversations. Please continue your conversations. And you, thank you for coming to the big room for such meaningful moments in life.
Looking forward to Friday. Be
Thank you
safe.
too.
Look forward to Friday, Fart Day. Love you. And we'll
Later,
celebrate the Ad Hocs 50.
Yes, yes.
All right. Peace out.
Yeah, we
Bye bye.
are.
Down here. I'll see you.
I just, I,
Much love.
I'm going now. Here we go. Yeah, we're all getting together in person on Friday at the. I don't know if I mentioned to you now, but there's a speakeasy. Did I tell you about this?
I don't know anything about it. What is
There's
this?
there's a place. I don't know if you know what a speakeasy is, but it's from back in the mid 20s, late 20s, 1920s, in America when America had prohibition and alcohol was illegal. Yeah, like
Yeah, I know about the prohibition thing.
yeah, and they
I've
used to,
watched the gangster movies about it.
right, Untouchables and all that, right?
Yeah.
And they used to have clubs called speakeasies, and speakeasies were clubs that they were bars that would be in the back of a bookstore, and nobody would know
Hmm.
it was there. But if you went to a certain aisle and went to a certain bookshelf, you could open the bookshelf and there'd be a bar back there and they'd be serving alcohol.
Yeah.
Well, Pittsburgh has this. Uh, have you heard of escape rooms?
Yeah. We
Yeah,
had those. We have. I mean, we still have them here.
yeah. There's a successful escape room business here in or in Pittsburgh, and and they own this old bank building. So in the bank building on the fourth floor, they've built a speakeasy where it looks like it's from the 1920s. They play music that's like roaring 20s music. Uh, and when you go there, there's a green light up on the fourth floor. If the green light is on, that means they're open. If the green light is not on, then they're closed. And when
That's
you go,
awesome.
you go up to the fourth floor, and there's a dude standing at a podium, and he's just there at like a podium, and there's a giant clock on the wall, like a giant clock with not a digital clock, but like a clock with hands, like a rotating analog clock. And he says, "Oh, hi," he says, "Hi, welcome to the old U.S. Bank building," and then he starts to give you a spiel on the bank building. The bank building was originally created back in 1911 and served as, and just sort of gives you this thing like he's just talking about the bank. And there's a little sign on his podium that says, "It's always 5 o'clock somewhere."
Yeah, I
Okay,
know that quote.
right? It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, and there's a button next to it. Well, this guy just gives you a spiel, but if you go over and press the button, the hands on the clock on the wall start to spin. And if you stop it, you look over the button right when the hands are at 5 o'clock. All of a sudden, behind you on the right hand side, the wall cracks open, and
That's
part of the wall swings open, and there's a secret passage. And you walk
damn.
about,
That's interesting.
right?
That's an awesome escape room.
Yeah, and then
Well,
you, and then
yeah,
you,
the
and
escape rooms I've experienced here were not that detailed. I mean, they
yeah,
had small hints or whatever, but they didn't have like whole passages.
yeah, and then you go down this passage, and then back there's a full bar, and they've got all kinds of bourbons and scotches and
Wow,
different,
that's fucking awesome.
and then you can just hang out
So
there and drink.
that's in Pittsburgh when where you
Yeah,
live.
yeah, it's about
Okay.
15 minutes from my house.
So when I come to the US next time, I really gotta go with you guys there.
Oh, dude, we'll definitely go to the speakeasy because it's just a cool place to hang out. It's
Yeah,
it,
I wanna hang out with you guys in Pittsburgh for like maybe a week or something.
yeah,
I
yeah,
believe I
yeah,
have like a 2 weeks vacation when I work because I thought about it and I don't know if it's the best option for me to first come to you guys in Pittsburgh and then catch another plane and go to LA where I will work. I will, wait for the vacation time for the 2 weeks, and I will come from LA to Pittsburgh 1 week, and then another week I'm gonna, visit the
the
other
rest of
states
the
or
country.
whatever.
Yeah, totally, dude. Just let us know when We'll see if there's any good concerts in town, and maybe hit a concert somewhere. Definitely hit these.
Yeah, when I will be there, we'll talk about the time period and whatever. When it's good for you to when you don't have like work or whatever.
Oh, dude, I'll take some time off. Like I said, I got 6 weeks a year off now from my company, and I'm in the middle of 3 weeks off right now, just relaxing. But I had 6 weeks saved up already, so by the time it's summertime, I'll be back up to 4 or 5 weeks. I'll take a week off and
Yeah,
whatever.
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah, for
definitely.
now I'm gonna leave you because I'm getting really sleepy.
Yeah, dude, I'm getting ready. I gotta get ready to wrap up too. Get ready for the next
Okay,
couple of
BB,
days.
was nice to talk to you.
You be safe out there, Krampus. Awesome seeing
You
you again.
too. You too. Catch you guys next week, hopefully.
All right, see you on the flip.
Okay, bye bye.
I'm scarred for life, but I'm set for life, and I'm set for life, but I'm scarred for life, and I'm coming at you. I'm fucking crazy. I'm fucking psycho, fucking insane. That's the fucking chorus right there.
You nailed it,
That is
dude. You
good.
nailed it. You nailed it, and you visually transformed into fucking Joe Rogan there,
You
dude.
did.
You fucking
Oh, Joe Rogan. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
You did. You visually transformed
That's good.
yourself into Joe Rogan. It was amazing.